Okay, we're live now.
What?
I said we're live. You fool.
I didn't. I've always been alive.
Uh-uh. There's that time you died, remember?
No, I don't want to be. There's no ghost, Lanny. There's no spirit.
Have you died in our barotrauma save yet?
No.
The only
I don't.
time would have been like when we like reset the whole
y-
mission.
Yeah. Can I tell you a secret? And you have to
Okay.
promise you can't be mad at me.
I can't promise that.
Remember when we were all burning mysteriously?
Did you have Prezzo latex on you?
Well, whenever the sub was about to reach its prime time of there's a second friend coming, I went to the med bay because you said, "Can someone go to the med bay?" And I grabbed everything I saw. Um, and I grabbed a red canister without thinking about it. And then whenever you said, "Oh, it's blank burns," and I'm getting them too, I was like, "Huh? I swear I saw that name when I was hovering over things." And I looked at my inventory in my backpack. I'm like, "That's not good."
You're
And so
just
I go
carrying
in.
a bio weapon in your backpack.
So when you fix me enough for me to wake up and move around, I put it in your toxin cabinet, and then I realized that's not going to stop it. It needs like special
That
containment.
doesn't have
So
shielding.
So I was like, whenever like you, I don't know if you saw me, I like ran back and popped in for a second and didn't say anything and just grabbed something out of your cabinet and then left. And then I went and dumped it out. And literally the moment I went back in, Hudu was like, "Ah, I see where it is." And I was like, "Yeah, you do."
Oh yeah, I was there the whole time.
It fell out. It went there real quick.
Okay. I mean, hey, it wasn't like it was a spiral of death for us. It was just one of those things where it's like, what the fuck is causing this? And I'm like looking
Biggest,
around.
the biggest thing was like I was like, "Oh, it's just me. That's why I'm so hurt." But then I remembered you said, and I was like, "This is a huge problem," and so I went and threw it away. And I should have clicked that whenever Smoker said, "Hey, I'm getting this while I'm in here," because I was like, "Oh, it's like that's that means there's like an aura like around it.
It's got a stank.
It's gonna stank." But no, like those medicine cabinets were so messy. It was literally like that next to all the cyber legs and other shit. So I just threw everything in my inventory.
Just like fucking scoop the shelf into your bag and like, okay, we gotta move.
For real, cause I knew that like once that little like excursion was over, it'd be time to leave.
Yeah.
Uh, did you ever go in the ship that was downed?
No, because I was like sitting
It
there monitoring the sonar for when Big Bitch 2 shows up.
it was so scary because like to put it in perspective, you go down in this hole and I found the captain's body, so I had his ID tag and I was looking through all the lock shit, which is why I was excited to go to medbay. But like when I went to the front of the ship is like hanging over the vent, so like half of it is like 80%
Many
being covered in
fall in
like
the face of chaos,
evil
but not this one.
steam.
The fuck you, kill you, Steam.
It looked like a movie.
What's up, Goober Peas?
Just talking about barotrauma and
Green.
solving a mystery that was not a mystery for Lanny.
I felt bad for not saying anything, but I don't want to get yelled at because it was bad. It was real bad. And I also accidentally killed Smoker with pressure while trying to look for leaks in the bottom area.
Well, Lanny's just trying his fucking best. He
um,
don't belong in the abyss.
yeah,
Yeah?
there's a game we played recently that we can no longer play, and the
What
reason
game?
why is public, but it's like I don't know if I want to talk about it right now.
Is it Pressure,
It
perhaps?
is.
Does it relate to somebody named Grace? Because I saw something about that.
No, Grace is a game.
Okay.
I think I vaguely remember like Ace mentioning something in passing.
Well,
It was
you want to open that up, Lanny, or you want to leave that where it is?
Maybe we'll talk about it after stream.
yeah, because I don't want to. It'll set a precedent that I don't want to set, because then I won't be able to joke about anything afterwards. Because it's just I don't want to put anything on top of that.
All
That's
right,
that
all
that's
right.
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
I don't know who Ricky Bobby is, but I respect that name.
Fucking okay. So before stream, like right before went live, Lanny and I were talking a little bit about gut issues. You want to know something that happened like a day ago?
Sure.
I was like laying in bed for like a couple hours, right?
Yeah.
And for like genuinely like an hour straight, my stomach kept grumbling at me. I'm like, what the fuck do you want? Stop.
Was it doing the thing where it wasn't like grumbling and you were like in pain? It would just grumble and you would feel things move around.
Yeah.
I have that happen on occasion. I don't know what it is. It doesn't feel like gas. It genuinely feels like there's just like things happening. It's
Yeah.
like whenever your arm twitches.
It's like when your fucking house settles and you're like, huh? What do you
Exactly, but it's
mean?
my fucking body. I get this weird thing where sometimes I feel like there's like ripples going through like the walls of my stomach, or like even my like way lower like intestines. Like I'll just feel like little like tickles occasionally. It's very weird. It's like radio waves are going through me.
It truly fucking IBS.
Ugh, such organ slop.
Oh, what the freak, dude? What's with the sloshing?
I I love saying the word slop, and I think actual real life slop, like pig trout slop, is a very funny thing to me. But that word is starting to like that's one of the few words in my life that's starting to grate on me.
Brother, what do you mean you love pig trout slop?
I love the idea of just like a wet substance. Like a ball of muck. Like yeah, it's slop, dude. That's amazing. It's like cool trash.
Oh my god. You're
The worst
fucking
part is
stupid.
like you think when I would say this kind of shit, I'd be one of those kids from the 2000s as a 2000s kid who would like those like weird TV ads for kids toys that were like the booger like
Oh
gang.
yeah. What was with that, by the way? You know, like there was like the fucking shit where it's like the creepy crawly lab where you make little centipedes out of gummy substance and then eat them, or you make the freaky brain that you poke with a stick. And it's like what?
I think
Huh?
I think it was like a last hoorah for like boys toys to be the like experiment shit or whatever. Because remember they used to sell like small bits of uranium and like
Oh
physics
yeah.
kits to play with.
That was cool.
um, or really racist toys, but
Oh, you also had the fucking like I mean this kind of like goes off of it, but like the shit and boogers where like there was just tons of toilet themed stuff or like oh, play with the fucking dog and it'll shit. And it's like who's enjoying that?
I certainly was. I as a kid I fucking hated like booger and fart humor, which made me really hate Nickelodeon overall.
Bodies
um,
because it's manly says No, manly not cool that way. Manly cool when you go.
Cause you're a young boy, and boys like running with dirt and shit and
Dirt
snot
mud.
rock.
Kev isn't wrong
And
though.
like
There
fucking
was
with your sister.
whoa. That was like a weird thing where it was like hey like shitting and like pissing like that's like a loud piss. Yeah, it's like a manly thing, but not in like an ironic way. That was like a real like thing.
Right.
um, but no, I
Anyways.
didn't like that shit. Quite literally. But hey, perhaps all the toilet stuff. Perhaps time is cyclical because now we have Skibidi toilet toys for kids, and even
Hey,
that's going away
Oh my
now.
god, you're actually fucking right.
you guys remember those like infomercials of like, hey,
I love those.
here's these like fucking slime snot whatever things that you can like mold into like gummy like fucking like
Yeah. Yeah.
bugs or snot rockets or some bullshit.
You could put him. They'd always, like you said, Iron. They'd always have a segment where it's like you can make this, you could eat it, you can troll your sister by putting it in her like
Yeah.
room or whatever.
And then it would like show the fucking kid sneaking it under her pillow or something, and then she'd go, "Mom!"
Mom, and it turns gray and it says "busted" in big text.
Big red text like you got a fucking game
Yeah,
over.
the red text that like turns green and like oozes.
Yeah, you're so and it burns the screen with like a little radiation, little stink cloud.
Yeah.
Kev says I had a fire hazard Crayola crayon marker, an overtuned 60-watt bulb melting wax. Yeah, they just had shit like that where it's like, oh, if you use this wrong, it's gonna burn your house down. But
Like
shrug.
fucking,
Or the fucking easy bake oven that can give
yeah,
yourself food poisoning.
Yeah.
the actual fucking easy bake oven. Kid Nation would have done good with an easy bake oven.
Yeah.
Man. Hey Iron.
What's up, man?
Remember how we were talking about cyberpunk shit last night?
Oh yeah, how could we forget?
I might have put Sarge onto the explosives route.
You had a little bit of talk with him about that.
Well, okay, so I don't know if I brought it up last night, but get this. Explosives can't miss on the target you're aiming at.
In a technical sense, yes.
If they can't
Because,
dodge and you aim at somebody, it's gonna hit technically.
well, yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
Because I also was doing a whole lot of digging through that, both in Reddit and actual rule.
Yeah, I was doing the same. So what's the counterpoint here? Hit me with it.
Because if you fail your roll, yes, it'll splash the area and it will do damage to the terrain. As far as your target goes, it will still blow up on one of those like squares
One of the squares in the
in
10
that
by 10.
radius,
Yeah.
but that doesn't guarantee it'll hit what you're going for,
It does.
or that it will dud out and miss, quote unquote. I forget like the technical terminology they do it, but you can still miss.
You technically can still miss, but what I'm getting at is the fact that the explosive's a 5x5, right?
Yes.
And it's centered on where you're aiming. But if you miss, i.e. you don't hit the DV, the GM puts it anywhere on one of those tiles in that 5x5.
Yes.
But regardless of which tile that gets put in, that's still going to include that center tile. Now, cover and everything comes into play and whatnot, right? So, like, that can be something. But that tile's always going to be in the splash radius and either deal damage to cover or,
Yeah, well, it's just so. I guess a good way to think about it is like, depending on where it lands in that zone, it can splash radius outside of that square.
What do you mean?
Okay, so for instance, it does 5x5
Yep.
square, right?
Right.
But imagine when it quote unquote misses,
Yes.
that it is like an explosion cone, like you're casting like burst or something in Savage Worlds, just like as an example. and from that square, that cone can rotate, whatever degrees. I.e., the blast that it actually projects can miss your target.
If there's something breaking line of sight, essentially, right? Because it's always a
I don't even think it has
5x5
to be
centered
line
on
of
the
sight.
explosion. Regardless, he also has a bunch of points in heavy weapons at this point, so he probably won't even just fucking miss.
Look, it is wonky rules as written,
Yep.
so there's probably going to be some house ruling to give it more clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Because keep in mind, if we're going like rules as written, especially under that interpretation, that means if you guys fight an enemy that just happens to have grenades, you're just fucked.
Oh yeah. Well, unless you can dodge, because you can dodge out of explosions
Right.
if you beat the DV, and it puts you on the outside of the explosion. Now that would put Denny in some trouble, but I think everybody else has the ability to dodge.
See, that's another thing.
We need to get that boy a fucking reflex coprocessor.
So the other thing that I'm probably going to house rule is that yes, you can dodge out of it and you can avoid all damage, but you have to have at least enough movement to move out of the square.
Right. Which I think everybody should have by
Right.
default. But like if you got your leg fucking shot or something, then yeah, that would probably fuck you over from being able to escape. Except for Francis, I think, because he's got 8.
I think he has the highest movement out of all of you.
Right. Speaking of updated toys, I low-key miss those Minecraft toys that looked like dog shit and they were the avatars of pedophiles. What?
You mean Tube Heroes?
What?
And Lanny instantly fucking knows what you're talking
You talking about are you talking about Tube Heroes where they made like Dan TDM, Skyda's Minecraft popular MMOs, but they never actually had like the rights from like Mojang, so they had to make these like really fucked up off-brand like, oh they're cute, but they're like elongated and like fucked up, and they're more based on an alteration of the skin, which is technically pixel art rather than
I'm like
the
long
player.
How did
yeah,
we
Tube
get
Heroes,
here?
Lanny gets it.
Is
Uranus
that
was
okay?
talking about the outdated toys.
They said yes to Tube Heroes. Is that real?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that on the
So you
Switch
were
side
right
or
on the
something?
mark.
So, for context, Tube Heroes, I don't remember what the fuck they're like. There's a Chasington video on this file, which is why I'm aware of this, but I also was aware of them beforehand as a kid. They were basically back in like early Minecraft, like 2010, 2013. You know, as I mentioned, Sky does Minecraft, Bayesian Canadian, that kind of shit. A few of them had these toys made out of them, and as I mentioned, they didn't have the like IP from Minecraft or from Mojang, so they had to make these
Oh
like
wow,
fucked
these
up.
suck.
Yeah, they look like machinima like brought to life.
Oh man.
Um, but yeah,
Just get in the recording room. Let me see one of these freaks.
Alright,
yeah,
hold
pop
up.
pop pop one down, Humo.
Uh,
They sold figurines and they sold plushes. They're all gone, as in they don't make them anymore, as far as I'm aware. But there was enough in circulation and like the clearance aisles of fucking Kmart probably.
Is Bayesian Canadian one of the dudes who had like controversy about them?
I don't know anything about Bayesian Canadian. Um, I know that a lot of people here aren't great. There's also one of Exploding TNT, which isn't even like a person that like we ever knew. They just made Minecraft animations that were kind of like 2010s like kid slop.
Dude,
Look up Two Pure plushes. Get like the plush in here. Those are the real fucked up.
alright.
I would genuinely just like make it a rule of thumb that if you're a business, just avoid working with fucking Minecraft YouTubers.
Oh yeah, no. This was just that time.
God.
This is just that time of era where like YouTube was still seen as like the Wild West, and companies were, oh my, yeah, there he is,
Yeah.
look at that, showing a bit of skin there,
Also,
Captain Sparkles, throw that up on screen.
That
some
sucks.
iron lore for you. I used to watch Bayesian Canadian and the fucking Chewbacca guy in a suit.
Jerome.
Yeah, Jerome ASMF. before they did fucking Minecraft stuff, what they used to do is they used to play like COD Zombies and see how far they could get, and they had like this mini rivalry with like NGT Zombies at a time. Um, and eventually they just got bored of it and they just like burned the channel. They used to have a channel joined together with them and their buddies called like Awesome Sauce Films or some shit.
Sounds cool as fuck.
Lenny, look at the stream.
It was fun. They would just like basically play the game, just podcast and like bullshit around for like 30 minutes.
Back when becoming a YouTuber wasn't being a meme or being famous for like a little bit, it was like you know shit clicked and you actually grew like for once. There was no fertilizer of fucking iFunny and Vine.
What the fuck is this little freak?
Fucking But yeah, these things sucked. They're really cheap. And with the figurines, they tried to do a like the collectible thing where it's like, oh, there's like a super rare golden Dan TDM or some shit. And they also tried to do a like, and this is fucking crazy in post, but they were trying to sell like really shitty microphones and headsets in like the kids aisle in like a box, and he was like, oh yeah, you can like record your own like Tube Hero unboxing with this like shitty camera and shitty mic that we
Good
give
God.
you. You could be a
Crazy.
YouTuber for fucking, I think it was like $80.
You too can do what I do.
And it
Yeah.
even came with a guide that was like, be honest, don't like glaze it up too much.
What, like, just different times, you know?
Hey man, oh, another little lore fact here from the
Whenever
Chasm video.
corporations get involved to try and do like YouTuber shit and they do it like so half-assed.
In the second to last image you sent here in the recording room, the lady on the far left, you see that lady with the little red shirt?
Yeah.
That's actually Marie Gaming. She sold her YouTube channel to like some Korean advertiser, and they deleted all of her shit and just put like their own little like "come to Korea" videos every now and then. So that's all gone.
You know, I guess she probably got a big enough bag.
You know, that reminds me how like fucking Fred like got out of the game and just gave away his
Fuck.
channel
Oh,
to like
yeah.
I forgot about Fred. Holy
some like
shit.
group of kids who like I don't even know what the fuck they do.
I
That's
mean, like, if you're just done, like, and you don't give a singular fuck about your archive, you know?
I mean, like, I think he like still does stuff, but he's just like completely done with the Fred shit.
Right.
here.
Which I think was also like post him like coming out.
Oh, another good addition to this team of Tube Heroes. There's a Tobuscus figurine. I don't know if there's a plush, but there's a Tobuscus figurine.
Man.
So if you want that, add to your collection. You can get that.
I've never seen a dude just like be on top of the world and fall from grace like so hard.
That's the thing. He was even like, because I'm not fucking Tobuscus's like neighbor or whatever, but I remember hearing back in the day that even whenever he was like still publicly okay, he was just a huge asshole. So he was a dick and he was winning, and then he went too far, a little way too far. Who knows? Maybe we can get a Tube Hero to
Really
come
not
back and make
surprising,
a.
though.
We can get
Well,
just a
now
robot
he's on his like
figurine.
fucking alt-right arc, which was
Yeah,
like, man, what a development.
Hold on. What's the fucking shit? What the fuck is going on over here?
What do you got?
This is just Tobuscus's most recent videos.
He went from like just being like innocent fucking Minecraft tuber to being like the most that guy on Twitter, the most obnoxious version of that guy.
I assume that's AI Elon Musk on the right there or in the middle. He looks like a like prototype like Elon Musk clone if I stare hard enough.
Oh boy.
Tobuscus looks like he was groomed by Elon Musk.
That's amazing.
Does the Tobuscus figure come with cocaine and hookers?
No, but it comes with his. It's specifically the Tobuscus from the Diamond Sword animation. I'm pretty sure. It has like his little sword and everything.
His sword, his diamond sword.
His sword, diamond sword. Um, fucking Tobuscus didn't. How to put this? He didn't try and become political, like a political YouTuber. Like he wasn't like the fucking Young Turks or whatever. But he tried to like. He just tried getting his opinion out there, and it's one of those cases where he was like, I'm engaged with politics as an adult. I think my opinions are controversial, and I think they're like immediately right no matter what. So therefore, I'm gonna spread the word out there. Because there was also God involved in this, for whatever fucking reason. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Tobuscus also found Jod,
I think he was
and
always
he was
into God
homophobic.
and this kind of shit, but it's one of those things where he used it as a big backbone for all of his. He's got the absolutism technique for his political opinion, saying, "Oh, well, how do you know you're right? Well, God said so." Smile. I gotta.
Because the Bribble told me to say that slur.
I opened up the Bible, page 4. It says right here that one slur I cannot say with all the other ones.
You know, speaking of Jod, today I had some people show up at my front door. They're
Ooh.
Oh,
like, oh,
awesome.
we're from the nearby church. Do you have 2 minutes to talk about God? And I'm like, I'm not interested. And they're like,
Who's they?
oh, you
Who's
mean
that?
not interested in like this or that? And I'm like,
Take the hint.
I'm not interested. They're like, oh, okay. Well, if you end up hearing about anything, by all means. And I'm like, okay, bye. Like, I was trying to just be the most like neutral I
Top
could about
tier.
it all, and I'm like, I'm good. You can go. And then like I come back upstairs and like sit down and I hear them talking to the like people next door as well, and I'm like, oh boy, they're out there
Hey,
on that grind set.
it could have been Mormons. You could have gotten jump scared.
Okay, like that was the thing I was about to ask. Was it like the fucking like dudes on bicycles with the pristine like white shirt,
No,
black tie?
but they definitely were a bit more well dressed, and I was like,
That's my favorite iron. I've never ran into Jehovah's Witnesses or like Mormons on the prowl myself. I've met such individuals of faith before, but never like recruiters, I should say. But that sounded horrible. But
We have like a couple of sects of like Mormons in our neighborhood that like they'll
I
pop around every once in a blue moon.
I love the fucking like really nice like clothes, and they're riding like a little bike through the neighborhood, like a little like a quaint paper boy or
It's
a
so
milkman from
goofy.
like the 80s. It's awesome.
It's always like it's always without like a fucking missing a beat. It's always like a fucking teenage boy too, in like the white shirts.
Just wait, look at that broccoli hair and drop a. You ever riz up with Mormons?
Dude, they are the whitest people. I mean, there's a reason for that, but that goes into the whole like Mormon ecosystem, which
Fucking, I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna use this to jump ship a little bit, or turn this into a different direction. I'm fucking sick and tired. I mean, maybe it's me getting old. Uh, of like, especially YouTube ads. Like I got a Takis ad the other day that was trying to be like, hello, fellow kids.
hey,
We
Bunks.
have like Comic Sans font on a MacBook, and we're pointing at it with one of those little pointer sticks, like with the meow video that me and Ace used to send each other a lot, where it like circles around the Taki's image and says "very good." What I'm saying is like I'm the fucking like hello fellow kids shit is hitting like YouTube ad space. I
dude,
saw Wendy draw soy jacks, which was fucking
What?
depressing.
What?
I'm let me go find it. Let me go find it.
What?
Uh,
dude, fucking that reminds me so much of that like shitty like Wendy's commercial that had like the memer and he goes eating a burger like a
A bot.
boss.
Oh my god.
dude.
Why'd you have to dig that one up, huh? I thought I
It's
buried that.
pain. I couldn't even like finish that without like hurting.
Can't find it, but it's like it's the Wendy's is using like the meme image where it's like the two like people yelling at each other, and one's like the wolf and the other's the lion, but they're soy jacks, and they're drawn in like the Wendy's mascot, the like lady, and
Oh my
it's
god.
horrible.
What the
If I
fuck?
see it again, I'll send it, but it's genuinely like fucking horrible.
You know, I'm not one to like throw slop around too often, but holy shit, that is just genuine slop. Like, what the fuck is being
I
articulated there?
Like for a while they had their whole like social media thing like figured out. Just have like some like fucking out of
Just do
college fucking
clapbacks every now and again. People will clap
you
their
know
little fucking hands.
Here you go. This is
yeah, but
this is less offensive, but this is March 16th on Instagram.
Oh, truly life changing. Okay, let's see what the fuck this is.
oh yeah, I've seen like a bunch of like bullshit like this. The
Mm-hmm.
corporate meme format.
This sucks.
I also know that Wendy's on Twitter is trying to pull like the Quora thing where they're like, McDonald's is like a chud, like they're just trying to like post weird shit or whatever, like. Which, by the way, I fucking hate Opera for that. I don't give a fuck about their fucking browser. 90% of my hatred comes from the fucking cuck ad they put out
Dear
recently.
ballers, it's time to lock in to unlock a free small fry and classic frosty for all of America.
I
Laney.
think I think I'm
Laney.
falling apart. Yeah.
You're not gonna believe this shit. Hold on.
What you got for me?
I'll push in recording. Hold on, hold
I
on, hold on. It's gonna be
Oh,
just so bad. It's so bad.
I
It's
hate
so
modern day. I
bad.
hate modern day. I hate modern day.
while you're looking for that, someone mentioned in
What?
the chat here on YouTube side there is also a Takis like AI ads. Oh, that's
What?
lovely. Yeah, yeah. There's Takis that use AI.
Oh my.
I get them on YouTube.
Alright, I
It,
guess I'm
it's
gonna look something up real quick.
it's literally like flavor upgrade. It flashes an image of like two really shitty like AI pixel like wrestlers with like the Takis logo in between like pixelized through AI.
Let me
uh,
find this.
there's also another there's a subreddit I've been browsing, which that's already a sin, but I forget what it's called. I think it's called LinkedIn Hell.
Oh, that was so loud.
Did you find it? Is it like ear blastingly loud?
I clicked on. You know, I don't know why I thought clicking on a short from Huggy Wuggy YouTube I4D would have been anything. Getting the fuck
Oh,
out of here.
while you're looking for that, the people on LinkedIn from that subreddit, I've been seeing images of like, of course this is Reddit, so take it with a grain of salt, but there was that one guy that like, what the fuck happened? Oracle. Oracle dropped like 10,000 employees recently with no notice.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, I remember seeing that.
recently, and I think one of the HR people behind that, who was hired recently and made that decision, was like, "Yep, this is efficiency. Getting a quick coffee at my new job while dropping 10,000 and replacing them with pristine AI. That's real efficiency right there. That's opportunity in science or some shit." And I wanted to fucking like bash my head in.
Is it a hot take to say I genuinely think those people need to be like fucking hung?
Dude, 90% of corporate's a fucking actual joke. You just lie. You just actually lie. HR lies. Hiring managers lie. There's that meme that goes around. I don't know if it's still around, where it was like,
How
uh, oh,
God. Okay,
you
I'm gonna send a fucking thumbnail or something. This is from the official. I'm just browsing through their shit at this point. I've gone down a rabbit hole. Yummy, a nose job.
What? What is
oh,
this?
This is from Wendy's.
I love Wendy's,
Wendy's.
dude. But there was that thing like a couple years back where some guy was at a job interview and they were like, "Oh, you need 10 years of experience with the software," and he was the guy that had made it and it had only been around for 8 years, so it was physically fucking impossible for you to have 10 years of experience with this recently made, or recent as in 8 years, made thing. Of course, I don't know if that was real or not, but uh,
It wouldn't surprise me. It'd be so
as
fucking
someone
real.
who's worked in a family-run tax office, which I will add, family-run, so there is some shenanigans in that, but I, I have never seen a barefoot large man walking down my fucking office corridors as I sit in my crisp shirt, in my crisp little fucking collared shirt,
Man,
filing
I still need to
papers.
file my fucking taxes. Fuck.
I
You
Oh.
have
tried.
until the 15th.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do that either fucking tonight or by Friday. Fuck you, government. Piece
I
of
need to
shit.
actually ask my stepdad if he got that extension. I imagine he did. Otherwise, he's probably freaking the fuck out right now.
Man,
Yeah.
just man, fucking
Oh,
world.
did I mention? I don't know if I would actually get into that on here. Never mind.
Yeah, that one, another one for after stream.
I wouldn't mind it. It's just I don't want to like make it focal on me or whatever because it's a family thing.
Okay.
We've gone through some weird places tonight.
Yeah. Hey, what do
Yeah.
you say that we look at starting up the game and then just fucking seeing how long we go for? I don't reckon it'll be too long since it was a late start tonight, but you know.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
I think there were some people who were interested in Road to Vostok.
No, everyone's interested in Wendy's. Don't you understand? And Takis, the Takis AI. I need to find that.
Taki's Wendy's AI.
Any of the Takis AI shit.
When are we gonna start a podcast where we just call it the Post Amble? Yeah.
Didn't we like talk about doing something like that for?
Yeah, I think so.
Wasn't it like we were just gonna grab Lanny and have him like fucking speak into a microphone for 2 hours and that'll be it?
Yeah.
Fuck are we talking about?
Podcast shit.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, I could talk. You know, I could talk.
I know. That's why I'm saying that was the whole plan before, where we just like have you fucking yap into a microphone for 2 hours and record it.
We just sit there and react and nod our stupid little, hands. As any good podcast have, you just have the guy that sits there and goes, yeah. Mm-hmm, yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
You also
That's
plug your
crazy.
NFT and like your fucking like your hot wife while you're at it.
Dude, do you know how many shenanigans we could get up to if we had like a fucking dedicated podcast? I would get like Kev or Vise to draw me like a fucking NFT, like a fake NFT, and be like, guys, take a look at this. Look what I bought. Cost me about 50 grand, but I think it's gonna value up in price over time.
Fucking Vise for April Fools, you should have put like fake like NFT ads. Be like, yeah, I'm drawing like seal NFTs now. It's called Still NFT. There you go.
That'd be dangerous because it
get
could
him-
actually like alter his career.
Get in before the ice melts.
Literal Humo coin. Oh, that's such an easy one. I should have went for it. I still have
April
that on my
Fools
phone.
rug pulls you all of your money.
April Fools, no my money.
Remember the 6'7" kid? He tried to make his own coin and scam people.
Fuck.
You know, I'm 16 and I'm crypto scamming.
Can you like throw up the fucking thing I post? Like have that in the corner.
What the fucking don't lose your whimsy?
No, I mean you can have that too, but no. It's
The nose job?
Yeah.
No, I'm not putting that on the fucking corner. Thank you very much. That stays over there. It got its time in the limelight earlier, and now it's gonna be a nose job in hell.
If you want to put the Labubu up, there's a preem spot right underneath like the war veteran.
You know,
Don't ever lose your whimsy, twin.
You've got a preem spot in a fucking large pit.
Or the Russian diamond mine that's really deep.
Yeah, we have like the fucking don't ever lose your whimsy, and then we just put like a really shitty like fucking looping animated like gif of fire.
I need you to turn on stream one day and have a prep screen of all those like really shitty like pixel gifs where it's like the old guy with like a hammer, or like the old guy walking, or like the pirate dancing with a little radio nearby.
Is that what you want?
Yeah. I need all of those.
Okay.
Please.
Collecting the infinity gifts.
Currently 6'9" outside Fahrenheit. 2 degrees down, and it's.
I don't know why you saying that made my fucking face like drop.
Hey, random poll. You guys remember Feminoto?
Kinda?
Yeah, I do. Why?
Man, I don't know why. I was just like in my head imagining like a fucking stupid Feminoto with like fucking taped on eyelashes like on the helmet and like the stupid like fat lips.
I
my God.
think I hate you.
This menu, the settings menu here, like the first menu that like opens up, or is this like?
Oh, this
menu
is exactly what you see when you open the game.
That's awesome.
Also,
Fucking
I don't think I've ever seen Microsoft DirectX on like a main
DirectX.
menu.
I was gonna say, are we in like a presentation for like a university? Like,
Yeah, this is actually a slideshow.
this actually looks like I just booted up like a Stalker mod pack.
Dude, this reminds me of like some fuck ass like old like Flash games that took themselves too seriously.
This some Evil Dead shit.
Who remembers fucking 13 Days in Hell?
That sounds familiar, but I'm probably
Old
too young
Flash
for
game.
that.
We're gonna have random start kit, random vitals, random fucking everything, and we're gonna be in the dead of winter.
I don't know why this also reminds me of an old Flash game. I think it was called like The Last Stand or whatever.
It's because of the chopper. It's because of the chopper.
Yeah.
It absolutely is. 90% of fucking cool Zombie games back in the day on Flash had like some fucked up like chopper with like weird hyper real. It's just Stalker. I mean, for real, like the fucking like Stalker main menu.
I think that's kind of the intention, though.
Absolutely.
All right, we got an intro.
It's just like Stalker, but the graphics are like chopped.
Because this went to early access, didn't it? I mean, Iggy was mentioning that earlier.
Went to early access.
The events that happened here
Yeah.
But I'm afraid
this looks like a fucking high production like Gmod fucking like map campaign.
You're so right. You're about to drop into like a horror map where a real burnt corpse flashes for 2 seconds.
Before I tell you what actually happened, you first have to understand Finland as a country and how this even started.
Never mind, I forgot.
I tried to pause to see if I could pop subtitles up, but that didn't happen.
And then there's like the fucking stock Gmod like zombie, oh god! But it's like even more bass boosted.
Headcrab zombies make horrific noises.
No, they're genuinely like freaky on their own. But you know, they're not freaky enough, so someone's gonna like fucking like make them fucking ear rape, you know?
I think they look worse, or not worse in terms of like quality. Ow, damn it! But like they look more scary whenever they actually have like the head crab like edited off of them, because the fucking like head underneath looks like actually like fucking like decayed.
They got melted.
Yeah, genuinely.
Was eventually determined by those who seek power, not peace. The first years were...
It's like one of those things where it's like, Half-Life isn't like explicitly a horror game, but it's got like really good like horror elements.
However, once enough time passes, we accept the illusion of safety.
I didn't realize there was a little intro going on. I had the audio turned off.
Yeah, no.
Control of our own future. But we were just a tool for a bigger plan. This plan revealed itself relatively quickly when a global military initiative was started. This former shield slowly lost its meaning.
Just like what guy like pulled his wife to like record some voice lines.
No longer relied on defense. Building a massive sword near this border zone is an action that has consequences. We knew this the moment the initiative started. But were there any other options? I don't think so. This initiative.
Okay, wait. You reckon because this guy had like fucking that it was like one dude working on this, they have like AI voices, or like might just. Because is it just me, or does she talk like very like stilted?
It's I can tell you it's broken English, or not broken. Well, it's not broken, but it's like there is the. This is, do you guys remember the like Roxy like tickles you like image video?
No, I don't.
There's someone who probably sees it.
I remember you talking about it.
That this voice actor sounds very similar to her, and she was the. Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they probably got Gianni on this too for like cheap
Dirty lines done cheap.
Yeah. Dirty lines done dirt cheap.
That ain't bad. It ain't too bad.
Roxy tickles you? Yeah, I don't know either, man.
I have to go find it. People
Lenny
pass
is
this around
like
like
an archive of esoteric lore.
It's fucking true.
Roxy.
Dude, this is like you cannot tell me this isn't a Gmod map.
Oh, day 1. Oh no! Multiple days. Fuck.
This one right here. Precedent recording around. Yeah, Watto's got it.
I
They pinged
remember
me.
you playing this fuck ass video, and like the lady was like, has like kind of like a Latina accent or something.
Oh my
and she just
god.
was like
She's
spouting random babble.
I think she's Russian. Because she when she
All
speaks
right,
English,
she had like an accent. That's right.
it sounds just like the voice on the radio, which is why I was like, oh, it's not broken, but it's definitely like learning.
I don't know why my like brain auto filtered in like Latina.
No, because if you think about it, it like does click, but then like if you think about it the other way, it also like that was a horrible way of speaking, but you know what I mean.
Do I?
Like that fucking image that you posted just like resurfaced like the fucking thing I tried to forget this thing and you fucking brought it back. You son of a bitch.
like now I look at it, I'm like, oh, yeah, I vaguely remember this.
I tried to scrub this from my mind.
Shout out to Monster of Truth if you want to check out that YouTube channel.
Also,
Where's the fucking problem?
I'm like fucked right now.
It's dark.
It's dark. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. I have half health. I'm butt ass naked.
Got no clunky. There's a pebble in my boot.
You have 240 FPS.
My socks are wet.
That is true. I do have 240 FPS.
I'm gonna be completely fucking real. I see that Misery is still doing good. I don't know how the fuck anyone actually enjoys that game after watching you play.
That game was miserable.
I don't know.
Which
Maybe
is
they
weird to
like
me
did
that,
something with like the full release. Fucking, I don't know.
The thing that like fucks me up is that like Misery kind of sucked like Donkey Ween, and then you had fucking.
I'm not equipped. Fuck.
You had Kletka, which was like pretty good, all things considered.
This looks like Slender the 8 pages, like where I'd find like one of the pages on the back of like a van. Yeah, you should loot him.
And also like the gunplay in Kletka isn't like that terrible, whereas like in Misery it is abysmal dog shit.
Middle mouse button, I think it said. Interact there.
There we go. Oh. Yeah, sure.
Cat
Wait,
food.
is that going? Am I picking that up or did I just like?
Throw it on the floor.
I fucking
Slavs, can
super
you
on the floor.
Slavs in chat, can you confirm if you
fuck,
like go
where
to
is
your
it?
local like fucking Tesco with 2 mags and that's it in your
What the
wallet?
Where the fuck did it go?
Yeah, this is actually a cop right here, Iron. This is like this is a primo Russian cop.
Oh! Where did my mags go?
I guess Mickey Mouse is here.
Oh wait.
Oh, there they are.
Alright.
Right, it's bootsies.
So I've
Yeah,
got.
the cop that walks around with their bootleg Adidas.
With the fucked up magazines that they try to enter to their non-multi like.
Wait, okay,
caliber
hold
weapon.
on. Are those 2 separate magazines from 2 different types of guns?
Yes,
Correct.
I think one's an AK, the other one's NATO.
Yeah, you know, you always have to carry your mismatching, assault rifle. You never know who you got a wheel
I'm
to
just
deal
gonna
with.
do something real quick.
There you go.
You know, where American homeless like trading cigarettes, they trade in mismatching magazines.
I need to play Gamma. I'm getting that Stalker Age, but I know they're
No,
not gonna have
yeah,
their
you just gotta wait. You gotta wait like 2 weeks and then you can play.
It'll be working. Hopefully, maybe Smiles.
My God, is
Look,
the map like?
But Laney, you have Stalker 2, where everything is fixed now. Smiles.
No. What's up with the
Wait,
map?
dead body. The map's. This wasn't part of the map before.
Huh?
At least if I'm in like the starting.
Whoa.
What is with the loot on these guys?
East. I might get that later.
Actual loot.
I love his stupid 80s gym bag.
It looks like a fucked up texture.
Oh, I lose mental if I eat the cat food. Oh, rubs tummy.
Says on Boyd.
Says on.
They had a huge skill rebalance. I kind of want to play that game again.
I mean, if we wanted to do some multiplayer in that, I'm sure it wouldn't be hard to convince Jake to hop in on it too.
Only the multiplayer worked when I played it last time. 'Cause remember, I would like phase in and out of reality.
Yeah. am I?
This is Woods.
I don't. Oh, Partisan's gonna show up and fucking blow my legs off.
Speaking of Tarkov, I saw something really funny today. So the April Fool's event was they had Rashala have a blicky, and you would also have a blicky, but the blickies did like 25 damage per disc. So you know, little funny event.
Actual blicky fight.
Literally, it was cool. When they turned off the event, they either A, didn't keep the loadouts that he had, or B, gave him like Glukar loadouts, because all of his guards the next day started spawning with like Riz Ts with face masks and like Zabralos every like 4 gar.
He said, "Alright, that was all fun and games, now we're locking in."
Their weapons had no durability damage, their armor had no durability damage, and had tier 6 to tier 5 plating at all times.
Jesus.
You want to know what this game is like fucking reminding me of?
What?
You know, like fucking DayZ, where like you get gaslit by like YouTubers that like, oh, there's all kinds of like crazy moments of content, farm clip, whatever, and then you actually play DayZ, and then it's like
3 hours
2
later.
hours of running in like one direction with literally nothing happening, and then you starve and dehydrate to death.
It's like it's like the allure of like GTA 5 roleplay. Now I've never played GTA 5 roleplay, but as someone who's played 2 years worth of Gmod roleplay, I can absolutely tell you it looks fun on the outside until 90% of your gameplay is you can't do that. You have weapons pointed at you.
RDM.
So you're actually being warned today with just a verbal warning for
You cannot loiter here. You are harassing the repo car workers.
look at your mental.
Dude, my mental is my least of concerns right now. I'm gonna fucking freeze to death and then dehydrate.
This is scary. I don't like this. I don't know why this gives me like Iron mentioning DayZ reminded me of I can't remember the game name, but I'm gonna say this. I got 1 load left.
Oh, No More Room in Hell?
Yeah, that one.
90% of actual engagements in DayZ are you getting sniped with 0 awareness. Yeah, it's just like Tarkov.
Yeah.
This game is so fucking empty. Like, where?
Well, it's kind of part of the point. Oh, give tissues. I don't need that.
Big ass box. Of fucking
Guy had one less fucking sesh before, you know.
Cranked his
killed,
hog before he died.
Yeah, mixed
Goon
a bash
barrier.
before, you know, going to the kitchen in heaven. You know?
Do you think if you bust right before you die, you reach apotheosis?
Well, like some like fucked up like rigor mortis shit.
Fuck you.
Whoa. That
Evil.
scared the fuck out of me.
I was like, what the fuck is that?
I thought like Slenderman was like rubbing up on you or some shit. Is that the edge of the map there? That
Yeah.
little
Yeah,
twine
wait.
barrier?
Yes, Slenderman, but he's just a fucking pervert. Fucking
Wait, this is a
fucks
transfer
up on
point.
you.
How bad is it?
I think that's real. I think
The school.
school.
What?
I can't afford that. I'm gonna die if I do that.
What?
Eat your tissue. Eat the cat food.
The cat food, but
You have like zone travel, like.
Oh. It's frozen. I can't eat it. Fuck! Cat brick.
That's some
Okay.
shit that like.
Because I have like 0 context for this game. What is like? What are we doing here? What's
Survive.
going on?
That's it.
It's like
You're just
it's like
surviving.
Stalker. It's like linear Stalker in the sense of where like you're going to Vostok, which is that's a fun place on
And-
a road. It's like the Oregon Trail.
So one of the gimmicks, it's like a collector game where you're just trying to get like bigger. Oh, peas! Eat them. You're just trying to get like strong and everything to get to Vostok, and one of like the big mechanics is unless you choose the hardest difficulty, it's not permadeath, right?
Mhm.
But Vostok is always permadeath because that's supposed to be like the high risk, high reward zone.
It's only
Okay,
risky until
so-
you get there.
It's a mix between like fucking Stalker and like a little bit of like 3D fucking Death Road Canada.
What the fuck is this? I suppose.
I thought. Never mind.
Peaches. Like peach.
I fucking love peaches.
It's like, speaking of Death Note to Canada, that's getting a sequel at some point.
I do need to play that.
And then they got that,
Damn.
fucking...
Wait, is that a fire?
They got the other, like, game with, like, the same kind of, like, gameplay style that's gonna be called, like, Space Dingus, and that's gonna have, like, online co-op.
What if you pressed E and extinguished it immediately?
I would scream. Dude, I need like a gun because I know some fuck ass like bandit's gonna spot me and go Suka and then shoot me in the head.
Okay,
Uber.
I take it that this is a more grounded game, or is that like supernatural?
Correct.
Okay.
The mosters are fucking bums, PMCs, and then the actual fucking military, depending on the zone you're in.
Which honestly, I would probably be more scared of a crackhead than a fucking like big teeth monster, if I'm being quite frank.
I still think Tarkov would be so fucking peak if they didn't care about what they actually had and just made it like Stalker.
They would have science shit in there anyways for it to work out.
It would be so cool. Like, can you imagine going through like street?
Oh, crackhead spotted.
Hey, what are you doing at my crack zone?
Oh no! Oh no!
Slenderman, Slenderman.
There's gotta be a gun in here.
He has it.
I take it that you can't just like deck a dude.
I have no fist and I must kill. If he actually comes up here, I'm cooked because he definitely had a gun.
I love BGO games where you have like Schrodinger's hand, where your hands only exist if you have a firearm in them.
Chud eat chud world. Oh. He's locked in.
Hey buddy, what you doing here?
Please.
If he's in there, you could probably run past him now because he's actually in the store. Wait, never mind, that goes in the store
Oh,
too.
he just hit me with the better Kelly. Wait, come on, yeah. Come on, dude.
Oh, this is some Nikita shit.
Dev,
you look like you
Dev,
got
please,
unpissed in
I
pants.
beg
want
of
them.
thee.
Like Walmart.
Yeah. The average Ukrainian Walmart experience.
Well, we are in Finland.
Yeah, this is what Yusla has to deal with whenever she needs to get groceries.
Yeah, the fucking like wasteland.
Yeah.
Man, 7 days is such a curse. It's like a fun game, but now, what the fuck's gonna happen to that game that it's bought by the fucking Dead by Daylight devs? Oh,
More skins.
dude, Roach is playing RimWorld.
Dude, I just need like a dinky pistol.
Too bad. Oh,
I'll even take a fucking shitty Makarov.
there's another
Anything.
body like in the toilet there.
This one,
Yeah.
he got nuts
Oh.
on. Oh, a bandage. How much does it heal? 25. Yup.
I didn't realize you're at like 37 health.
I'm fucked up right now, bro.
Hey,
You're right
remember how, like, fucking, what was it? We were watching that video of, like, a guy breaking down, like, stalker guns, and they were talking about, like, the Makarov, and
Yeah.
how, in-game, they were talking about how, like, the gun, like, either never jammed.
It
jams all
had
the time.
infinite durability, like the one that you start with.
Well, no, I think, like, even, like, a character makes some, like, offhanded comment
Oh,
about,
yeah.
like, the jam
Yeah.
ability. And then I can't remember if like in real life the guy was talking about how like they actually jam all the time or they rarely ever jam.
Right. Until we have a gun, we are at the whims of the world.
Oh, I got Fruity Pebbles for the first time. I've never had them before, but I bought them today.
Dude, I love Fruity Pebbles.
I only ever had the
They
chocolate
are
one.
very sugary.
I don't eat cereal.
I ate cereal because I hate my body.
I mean, then again, you don't eat like a lot of things. Like,
Correct.
a lot of people go like, "How have you never had that?"
This is true. The amount of times Blues hit me with that makes me go... Wait, hiking pants. Equip. Alright, we now actually have clothing.
Let us not forget,
Still could be
Chad,
some
that
shoes.
Humanoto has never had a butter jelly sandwich.
Correct.
I want to buy you like a fucking
Smuckers.
yeah. What the fuck are they called? My
Uncrustable.
mind. Yeah, those.
They're awesome. I love those things.
Dude, fuck.
Okay, so I shop at Aldi's, right? And like Aldi's has like a lot of like fucking in-store brand shit.
Yeah.
They recently made their own version of like Uncrustables. They're fucking awesome. And they're awesome because they're way fucking cheaper than Uncrustables. I love Uncrustables, but those some bitches are expensive.
I've never been doing all these. I don't know why. I thought they were like a UK only thing.
No, they're they I think they come from like Germany or like some like Europe country that like came to America and like
Europe country is my favorite description.
Because there's Aldi's and there's Trader Joe's, and the only difference is that so they're owned by a company of brothers who they separated their business on like a bit of a disagreement. They still like help each other out and sell a lot of the same shit. It's just that one brother like sells cigarettes and the other one doesn't.
I don't know a lot about Trader Joe's. I used to like hold it in high regard, but from what I've heard, they're like kind of
What are you
shitty.
crinkling?
Sorry, I'm opening the Fruity Pebble.
Okay.
It's a struggle. Sorry, I didn't think you could hear that.
Yeah.
These smell amazing.
It's very crispy.
Dude, I love the smell of Fruity Pebbles.
These smell like if I could eat like aquarium gravel.
Dude, no, like Fruity Pebbles it is 100% like government psyop, like kid crack.
Well, they already got me hooked on the government cheese.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of SOL. I think I just gotta go to the fucking school.
Bro, that's like
Dehydrate to death.
Iron, I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember like all the weird like Slender like fan games or other games were just like Slender School, Slender Graveyard, it's Slender Asylum.
Living through that
Slender, you're
era
fucking
of like
home.
discovering that people were like down bad for like fucking weird monster things like that was certainly a time.
That makes me giggle because
it is like a strange thing to say that like Slender Man fucking who's that one shitty like fucking horror story, Jeff Smiles and stuff.
Jeff the
Killer, Smile Dog.
Yeah, Jeff the Killer. Like this is a thing I say, and it like is a true statement that guy was many of fucking 2010s kids' sexual awakening, and that's disturbing.
Well, I think we talked about it before. I don't understand how people are all about like fucking genuine psychos.
Well, I mean, and then we also bleed into like genuinely like FNAF like bred a whole new generation of like furries, and like specifically the subculture of like animatronic furries.
Where's the Protogen animatronics?
They're around.
They're in that.
They're for sure around.
Sorry, they're actually a licensed species that you have to pay to actually draw, or else it's copyright, according to one person.
I know that like Protogen has like a bunch of various like drama and like you have like Protogen purists who are like, you gotta go and see the Protogen like true lore, and then you have people who are just like, I just like the design, so it's it.
There's my favorite, and this is the only thing I know about Protogens, not extensively, but like like that I've looked at was I think they're called exogens or some shit. Someone made a subspecies of protogens and then claimed that in order to like draw this subspecies or like make a sona out of it,
pay royalties.
yes, you had to buy a license, which was like
Oh.
$200,
That
and they were
shit's
like, "This
so
is legally
weird.
enforceable," and they just never did it. So people made fun of them by drawing, you know, their sonas in that
course.
style.
Like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know like artist etiquette and everything, but like
Oh.
that shit's weird. Oh, hello.
I just remember, like, anytime I saw, like, oh, that's a cool protogen design, Ace would be like, ooh, yikes. And I'm like, what now, Ace? He's like, well, I got some lore about this person. Most protogens are just evil. I'm like, what the fuck, what?
Primogens
Wrong
are the-
OS,
are the
retard.
copyrighted
And then I
versions,
just get,
protogens
like,
are free.
dropped, like, I just get dropped a bunch of, like, lore from Ace about, like, why most people who are into protogens tend to be, like, shit people. I'm like, okay.
Okay,
I love
so
that shit.
apparently, according to Urinals, Primogens are the ones that are copyrighted and protogens are free.
Man.
And like, as if I'm gonna like fucking sit here and split hairs over all that.
Like, who and gives a fuck?
Hey, get ready to get cold.
I mean, not that that wasn't an interesting lore drop. It's just, I mean, the people who care about that, like, who cares?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I always love the like esoteric shit that's attached to like certain. I mean, you know this. I fucking love like learning about
Esoterica.
people online, esoteric or not, horrible or not.
Because, like, it's just interesting psychology.
It's not even that. It's just funny to watch people fall apart when they're stupid as fuck.
I mean, that too.
Open with tunnel key? I don't have a fucking tunnel key!
I could. There are definitely times where like I sit there and I'm like I think about these people and like oh what's like the shit behind it, but then I also default on 90% of the time of oh it's just a human being fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like I think I've mentioned this before and this isn't furry related. Do you remember the controversy with a small streamer? I don't remember his name, but he was like on a long-term. I shouldn't say long-term. There was a viewer, a regular. That's the word I'm looking for. There was a regular viewer, and he was like, "Hey, how are you doing? Like I see you're on in the chat. How's it going?" And he was like, she was like, "Nah, I'm not doing too good because like my mom's really sick and she's in the hospital, so I'm kind of sad right now." And he goes, "Yep, you're banned. We don't take bad vibes around
you."
Damn. It's like, it's one thing to be like, hey, like I don't like this ain't the place to trauma dump. That's just like, damn.
The worst part was like initially he apologized and then he deleted it literally like an hour later and doubled
Did I
down.
just
He
hear
was like,
somebody?
"Oh,
Yeah, like I do remember the whole like vaguely remember like the doubling down thing. It's like actually no, she is a piece of shit for like.
this is here for good vibes and good vibes only. If you like, it's a courtesy to lie and to be kind and to lie about you being happy. Like I'd rather you do that, which is fucking abhorrent, by the way. I'm sure
Like,
we already.
genuine like sociopath behavior.
I know already. Like everyone's already in agreement on that. It's just what the fuck. I
Yeah.
hate that shit. I hate the idea that like, how's your day going? No, not that great. Oh, that's no, I don't want that. It's like, well, what the fuck are you asking for, retard?
It is
Oh,
like
fuck.
amazing to me though how like in this day and age of the internet that like these fucking psychopaths just like air their shit out like that so willingly.
It's
Like I know I saw in passing like fucking Twitch streamer just like openly abusing their like dog on stream and like shit like that. It's like how do you like first of all like if you do that kind of stuff like you're a piece of shit like no doubt going without saying but like if you're someone who has like cameras on you like I imagine you would at least be like smart enough to know that that's like career ending behavior.
Yeah, cognizant of the big fuck up.
Yeah.
there was something that happened with that recently. But was there a guy over there? Oh, hello.
Right fucking there, actually.
Cool individual.
Dude, I'm gonna fucking die.
There was a situation with that recently, Iron, but it was a human being. There was someone who just like I think hit their girlfriend on stream or some shit, like just openly.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. I to like going down the line of thought though real quick before I jump to the thing I just thought about. fucking. I think a lot of people stream that shit like with all the cameras and whatnot, and like don't like think of it when they're doing it in some cases because they think it's like normalized. They think people are like, oh yeah, no, like it's normal to like hit your dog or like being bad or whatever. Which is why
That
they make those like
or
really weird follow-ups. They're like, I was just doing the, everyone else does this, right? Like you're stupid.
I guess it's that, or just like
Smoker when he throws rocks at his dog in Far Cry.
I'll never live that down. Fucking. I suppose it's also like nice. An extension of like narcissistic like personality of like they believe like you know, and also getting into like parasocial relationships. Like my chat won't like narc on me or whatever, or they'll always take my side of things.
Yeah, it's definitely a combo of that, and then because there are genuinely a lot of people who like when you post this shit online, they're like genuinely shocked somehow that people are like, wait, this is bad. You shouldn't be doing like what? What do you mean? Everyone shoots their like husband in the mouth.
Right. It's especially more psychotic to me that like some of these things where it becomes an incident stems from not just like their chat like clipping it and spreading it. It's that they'll like post a video of it themselves and then it'll blow up into a situation.
Yeah. Oh, I almost lost that train of thought from earlier. They reminded me of fuck, no, it's gone. Shit. There was a situation that I was reminded of that made me laugh my ass off. I can't remember what the fuck it is anymore though.
Oh fuck! I hear it, dude.
I don't know if you remember this, Iron. Oh, you were actually trapped.
I'm just
do
gonna
you
have to book it to
remember?
school and hope that I can survive.
There was a guy on Twitch who was like a really big, like I'm a wheelchair gamer, like kind of guy, and people like loved the fuck out of him, gave a lot of money, and whatnot.
Right.
And then there was one time where he thought the camera was off and
He
he stood
stood
up.
Man. So Jover.
I could imagine my fucking face actually dropping.
Was it one of those things where like after he was caught, he like tried to like backpedal, be like, well, like I didn't actually say this about my condition.
I don't
Like,
remember.
I'm getting better.
Because all I remember seeing initially was just literally because I think the the POV was. Oh my god! Sorry.
No, I do think I like vaguely remember.
Oh. I had a cough. I think the POV is where the camera is like above him, so it's almost like a top down, like it's from above, and you can see the wheelchair, and he just pushes back and stands up like he's leaving the dining room table.
That's so funny.
Holy fuck.
All right, Lanny.
Yeah.
Time for school.
I love. Oh god.
If I can even fucking make it there, I don't know if I'm gonna be dead by the time I touch base.
I love
Yeah, time to go meet Baldy. Do some basics.
Okay, so your body temp doesn't lower in the transition, just your food and water. So it says here that doctor returned to school. So perhaps I can find Doctor.
Doctor. Turn off my cringe inhibitors.
Doctor, give me a mag for my fucking gun.
I heard about that, Kev. I didn't see much of it, but I saw like a clip of the video. Yeah, that wasn't great. There's a lot of people online that are like, I'm so glad I'm not like super in tune with them. The most I got deep into like, or not even deep, but like into like quote unquote like streamer cultures when I used to watch Charlie, and I still go to him every now and then, but otherwise like, I stick far fucking away from that shit.
I don't watch this stuff live because I find it very. I like a lot of Charlie's like old stuff when he was doing games, like, and every once in a blue moon I'll like watch him like break something down in a video. But oh my god, his live streams are like watching paint dry. I'm sorry, he's not that high energy.
I get that.
Neither
Which
am I.
I'll be real. Like I don't watch the streams at all either. I watched one once. I just can't watch streams in general. It's such a like a fucking actual like chore to do so.
True.
But
Yeah, now you're on the streams, Lanny.
hooray, smile.
Well, that's the other thing is that unless a streamer has like a bunch of like I don't know, is able to like maintain a lot of I don't know, something going on by themselves, i.e. like you have like your Jermas and whatnot who are very entertaining to watch, or like your Joel who is like a very animated person. There are a lot of streamers who, unless they are like hanging out with their friends who they can like bounce off of, I just can't watch.
I mean, no, Kev, I wasn't saying you're like watching it or like a fan or anything. I was just like, yeah, no, I saw that clip floating around, but I never actually like, I never went neck deep into it. I didn't know that was the same guy that hit the guy with the car, which I also heard of but never actually looked at. But yeah, no, I always just picked Charlie because there was no politics involved with it for the most part until recently. Not even
I mean, I
recently,
know
like,
we always
you
like
know.
make fun of him, but it's also like nice to have like Charlie there to be Mr. Milk Toast,
Don't.
most neutral everyman opinion.
Absolutely, it's
To just cut through the fat.
if I ever want to catch up on like internet drama shit, without any of the like, I mean, and I hate saying this because this sounds like fucking Redditor slot, but like, oh, there it is again, that word. But it's like I don't want any like left or right like heavy influence on it. I mean, it's always going to be like twisted by bias no matter what I do, but I do just want, you know, the raw shit. And if there's any fence sitter that gives me that, I know where to go. I think the only thing that Charlie got into politically recently, as Iggy mentioned, was the whole our financial friend that has many other financial friends that perhaps include our president. We're talking about him and all that just because that was like I think he viewed that as a more like non-left or right issue, but a public one purely in the sense of like, oh, this is kind of crazy how this is going. Oh, and then
Right.
also the Trump phone. That's a little thing I've been clicking on
Well, I
every
mean,
now.
that's just like patently ridiculous, no matter like where you fucking sit.
Absolutely. And yeah, that's another thing I'll do as Carlos mentioned. I'll put some of his like some of his like game like long form game comps on his I think it's like his clips channel. I'll put those in the background on occasion. And also just in general, I'm not a very like, how to put it. If I do watch a YouTube video, I am not in for like high energy shit. I recently had a reminder of that because I've been getting back into like just like watching people talk about like niche Minecraft mods and whatnot, and there's a couple of guys who
Right.
keep it low or who keep it medium, and it's really nice. And then every now and then you see something interesting and you click on it, and it's like, "What's up, guys? There's a crazy thing today," and it's like, "Okay, I'm out of here."
Yeah, okay, so maybe that was like poor like phrasing on my part. Like when I say, I guess high energy, I suppose, or like engaging to watch versus
No, I get
like
that.
I don't know,
Like Joel, like you mentioned.
like yeah. Instead of like just sitting there and like, you know, you get like a grunt like you know.
Yeah, I'm not a big like, and I don't even know if I'm saying this right, so correct me if I'm wrong, but like Joel Vinesauce shit, I've never like gone neck deep into it, but every now and then like I'll do a spree where it'll pop up and I'll click on it. Like I don't think this was him, but there was like Windows XP destruction shit. I fucking loved
Those
just
are
watching that shit
great.
when I got bored. Shit was amazing.
Yeah. I definitely think also his like highlights are like better than his streams, but I can pop in for his stream. Like, once in a blue moon.
Huh?
My God.
That
That was a witch.
There's like a guy up above me.
Oh, it's Tarkov.
I'm pretty sure I'm fucked, if I'm honest.
This really is like a Slenderman school map. What the fuck is that? Look how dark it is in gray. Oh, was it glass crunching or the crisp click of a revolver?
I think that was just opening up like a tuna can.
Yeah, I'm kind of fucked. Yeah, let me douse myself in like kerosene.
Oil.
That'll work.
Yeah, so when he shoots me, I'll burn and die faster.
Fucking what's some other shit I
Doctor.
can talk about? Was he out there?
Doctor, help. Need stuff now.
Yeah, I mean, like once in a blue moon, Charlie will like talk about like politics, but for the most part, he's not too crazy or out there.
Oh, you're so right, Iggy. I actually was watching a comp on that recently. Charlie is also the guy I'll watch for like just dibs on like the Pokemon scalping shit. Not that I care for Pokemon or anything, but that shit is actually like fucking insane. It's crazy how like Dude Bros moved from crypto to Pokemon cards. That shit is amazing.
It's always fucking something, man. I mean, they also moved on to fucking scalping Ram too. Isn't that cool?
Oh fuck. The guy I watch, who I think Laney would like, he had a video where he's eating horse treats to see which tastes best. He also blended what is a gorilla biscuit? The fuck is
I've
that?
never heard of this. This sounds evil.
I need something. Wait, painkillers, those heal, right? Yeah.
Ei tätä toimenpidettä kyllä selvinpäin tehdä.
Cures burns.
I had like a train of thought that I was gonna go for, and then Gorilla Biscuits just like fucking threw me so off.
Oh my god, okay. Holy fuck, I almost just phrased this horribly. Okay, real careful. Do you remember the girl who put Gorilla Glue in her hair?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was reminded of that when you mentioned the thing earlier, because every like genuinely, every time I see Gorilla Glue in like an aisle or like a hardware store, the fucking picture of her like shiny scalp covered in like crust of glue is like pops in my brain.
The cough medicine.
She I think she got in like a bunch of financial trouble because she like fucking did it again. Or someone like her did it again.
I think there was someone like her, but I know that the original lady, as far as I'm aware, because I think it's on Wikipedia, like a fucking like hair transplant. I don't know what you call it, like a hair surgeon, I guess. Did that like did work on her for free, which was like fucking crazy after the whole incident.
Like, imagine going through all that rigmarole just to like not learn your lesson and fucking do it again.
Fucking.
Why does this bastard not like? Why is it so freezing in your goddamn room, you piece of shit? Literal feces.
Yeah,
Shit
Carter.
was like wild too, because you would have thought that like I don't know, just like take a fucking chisel and like fucking, you know, scrape it off or whatever, or use some like crazy like chemical adhesive melter. But then it was like, no, we just gotta like scalp you basically and then reimplant hair. It's like, damn.
Because I think the problem was that she had used so much, where like if you wanted to get it off, you would either A, have to chisel away at her skin and rip the skin off, and it would have like probably chemical burns from fusing with her skin, also losing the hair, or you might as well do the whole hair transplant and just get the whole shit, you know, out of the way in one sweep, and then also replace it while you're at. Either way, she was losing her fucking hair.
It's just like, damn.
I'd assume it was like getting buried in concrete, where it's like peeling the concrete off after it forms, actually just rip your fucking skin off.
I mean, I'm no fucking doctor, so I just like started to be like, damn, shit's fucked.
He also dipped his balls in sauce so he would taste it through his balls. Did he
Fucking
drag?
what?
Oh yeah, I
drag
remember
it
that.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't know. I've never seen the video, but I know the situation that's related to that. I don't
know several
know.
people who like dip their fucking like soy sauce to see if they got like the quote unquote taste buds.
You knew several people who put their balls in sauce?
Okay, there was this like really
Oh my God.
stupid like internet trend going around for a while. I believe Schmoopy was one of the people who also fell victim to this.
Oh yeah, no, he super did.
Yeah, I forgot what he said about it, but the whole thing was that if you fucking dipped your sack in soy sauce or like water and sugar or like some fucking various sauce, like sometimes the sauce would change, but the consensus typically was soy sauce, that you would have taste buds on your nutsack and you would taste something from it.
What?
Yeah, she maybe said it worked.
No, wrong. Instantly wrong.
Oh, take it up with Schmoopy.
It's not taste buds. It's your skin. Fucking mutant.
If I had matches, I would live.
You taste them on your balls, you live, because you taste the freeze. Dehydrate you. Does that come?
Yeah, apparently I don't know how Schmoopy managed to finagle this, but he claims he did this and that he got a taste sensation of some sort.
That's such bullshit. There's some fucking placebo in that. There's some bullshit in there. There's some like sociology group agreement bullshit.
Alright, run it back.
Everyone just fucking gaslights.
I will say, not to sound like a fucking nerd or whatever, there's a lot of like, when I took sociology as a minor initially from my psychology degree, I thought it'd be a lot more like, I don't know, like social work, but it's more so like actual kind of like interesting shit that could be psychology, but you're just attributing it more to society. I don't know.
Right.
This bullshit's making me think about school.
Dude, like sociology and psychology and like the overlapping shit that like comes with it like the amount of times like stupid like internet shit will like have like actual like fucking a study of it of some sort, and then you have to be like, it hurts me that this is real.
There's so much shit like that you learn about in sociology and psychology where you just see articles, especially like one thing we cover a lot is like drug scares, the impacts behind like the reasons proposed by prohibition and like the shit that they like conveyed would come and how that brought up a social movement of just actual like false information is always fucking amazing to look at. Like the amount of like people being for prohibition being like, we will enter a golden age where like prisons and asylums will no longer be needed if we
It is
ban
crazy
alcohol.
the shit that like people were led to believe from like bullshit like that, which I also recognize that this was in a day and age where education was probably not at its best, and you know, not to get too in the weeds of that, but like, you know, there was also very religious people angle of like, God decided that there will be no alcohols because we're very Protestant, and you know.
Yeah, I mean, genuinely, like, having taken my exam recently and having to read some of those articles, or articles discussing that kind of shit back then, a lot of it was spearheaded by priests or government people who were extremely religious that were like, this is God's work. Especially shit in like the 1960s and 1980s with like crack, dude. Fucking
Man.
back in the day when people were scared of weed for whatever reason, people would attribute weed to like making you like kill people with like an axe. Like there was this one article that was like, oh yeah, there was some governor that told people that there was a guy who smoked weed and it made him kill his family with an axe.
It'll make you chase women with hooks and everything as well.
Yeah.
That's real because that's what I do when I smoke all the weed in the
Yeah,
world.
and if you play
Every
Tetris,
single
that
weed.
you'll stone your friends.
Yeah, you'll fucking throw rocks at your friends and kill them,
Bricks, yeah, and then piss on their fucking car.
and then explode and die.
I forget. I don't remember because I know that there was like a whole like funny like PSA, and I don't remember if it was like a spoof one or if it was like genuine. Where like a kid plays like Tetris, fucking loses, and then like the next day his like fucking friend like beats him to death with a brick and then pisses on his board.
It's
And
I
it's
mean
like,
that
this
shit.
is what video games will do to you.
If you want to monitor, like you mentioned with the video games, if you want to monitor an example of that, just take drug scare and replace it with violent video games and take it back to 2014, when people were like throwing away Halo because they were like, yeah, Halo makes me want to kill my mom, so like I don't play Halo anymore.
Well, I remember being in school when like a fucking like some equivalent to like fucking Dare was like trying to tell us that like violent media is really bad because it makes you whatever, and it showed like some fucking like innocuous like anime and whatever, which was really funny too because it's like this is also like clearly media intended for like older audience, but like it was also like just those smorgasbord of random like fight scenes from different shows and shit, and it's like and it makes it look cool and everything, which like sure, but like it's not like a psyop like I don't like what you guys actually do.
Yeah, fucking. That give me. This is like the fourth time I've talked about this on stream, but it's always a fucking treasure to always rediscover. That literally reminds me of the fucking the clip of Trump in an office back in I think like 2018, watching like an MW2 like frag compilation with like COD gameplay, and he's sitting at the table and he nods. He goes, yeah. Back when the
Yeah,
fucking
I fucking love whenever like you have like a fucking mid 2010s like Fox article talking about like the realism of violence in video games, and then they just have like really shitty like edited like montage of someone getting like a kill streak in like an old COD game, and it looks so fucking goofy.
Damn right, that shit gets me going. That guy got a fucking sick 360.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah, I'll have that, and now it's like nowadays it's like we gotta kill anybody that's brown.
I think it's always been around. I think that's a cycle.
Killzone's time, really.
That one's coming back. That one's
No,
my
the new one. The new one is scary pronouns and the colored hairs.
It is the funniest thing in the fucking world to me, and I don't mean to get into this kind of shit in the political sense, but just like, whoa, Sturman!
Sturzman, stop!
That really was like a Sturman moment. You're getting a fucking bullet whizzing by in your head.
I'm out of here. Wait,
But
looks.
oh,
See, that's the fucking thing about this game. It's all fucking sunshine and rainbows until you hear a crack of a fucking rifle.
but in like a genuine, just like regular person sense, it's funny as fuck to me that there's like a lot of people who are like, yeah, pronouns were invented in like 2016. those didn't exist.
Man.
Me when I have to write miss on a letter and I fucking stab my hand with a pencil.
It's all just fucking smoke screen for all the other bullshit as per the usual.
It's just fucking dog and pony show, yeah.
Fuck.
But I also, it's a pain to talk about that shit, both because it's not fun, but also I
It's just
I don't
like
want to.
online shit. And, you know.
Yeah, I don't want to sound, and I always get worried about this. I don't want to sound like the guy that's like, I see past the sheep. I see beyond the herd. You know, I don't want to fucking be like that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna wiggle my,
That's loser
you
shit.
know, browbeating, you know, eyes at you.
The ivory tower rises beneath me as I learn.
I'm better than these people.
I used to say Merry Christmas, but now I understand that science is the true present
Now I
deliverer.
say happy holidays.
Now I say Happy Adam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I so desperately need just a fucking, like, small book of matches.
Sunshine, lollipops, and nuclear holocaust is sun is shining every day, and we're
Carlos,
together.
I love to talk about sociology or psychology, but I am also, I should note, I'm only a student.
Yeah.
I will never fully know my shit unless I become a professor, and even then I would hope that people would always guess what I say.
I
And
mean,
hope they guess everything.
It's also one of those things of like, you gotta be careful of like accidentally like encroaching on like dangerous like, you know, territory.
Oh, absolutely.
With those like topics.
And
We're
to put
breaking
it,
the conditioning.
I'll put it bluntly, no matter like what you learn in psychology or sociology, it is not like yeah, the world is complex with the way it interacts, but the world is also still like functioning just as it was. It is not.
Kevin.
You are not going to be free from the matrix or whatever. It's just, you know, it's just asking why to certain things and then maybe having a theoretical process behind it. I really
That's
hate.
all science is. Just
I know, it's just like when it comes to psych or soci, and maybe it's just because I always, being in the field, I feel like I hear people use this, especially in politics or just in media in general. I hate the implication that people are like, this means there's a system. This means that like I have to like break free and like see the second eye or whatever. It's like, no, you fucking don't. That's not real.
Just ask
There is no.
questions, dumbass.
The only real psyop was MK Ultra. That's about it.
Yeah.
Like it's not. And that was a joke, by the way. I'm not actually promoting that shit, but
Well,
yeah,
it's
I like
also
this
funny
guy.
to me that people think that, like, okay, how do I put this? Thank you, Yog. I couldn't have put it better myself, but
That's me.
fucking, with how incompetent the government is at what they do, whenever they do like a quote unquote psyop or try to manipulate people in various tactics, it's usually very obvious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just gullible
So
shit.
when people think that like they're being like subliminally like whatever, it's like, I don't know, dude. You're putting like way too much faith in the competency of these people.
Absolutely. Like there is like obviously like secret shit that goes on points at an island, but like there is like real shit to that. But at the same time, there is not like you were not being like fucking mind configured. You know what I mean? There's no wizards of the fucking CIA with their giant wands.
Wizards of Waverly Place, who
Just grab for drinks.
I sometimes I worry, and maybe this is just me like being terminally online, because in the reality is that people online are not the same people IRL, both that actual person and the people that you see that you don't know. But like I always worry that people are like leaning into conspiracy theories being kind of like, oh, this is generally accepted as real. Like, yeah, like we're in you know, the this is like a dictatorship, like hellhole. We're gonna die, we're all chained to like the mud. You know what I mean? Like, I hate that line of thinking. I think that's a very unhealthy view, and that you should live your life normally, because even if you were fucked up like that, Black Mirror style, I don't think the answer is to stare at it and keep repeating what you see in the mirror.
right.
Not to say to be ignorant, but to still live while you're at it.
Yeah, look, you do what you gotta do to get by.
Hmm.
Focus on what's real, what's in front of you.
You're.
See, here's the thing. I'm in my fucking element now because I know my house is right over here. Unless they say that it's locked, in which case I think I'd put a gun to my head.
Your house? What does that mean?
This is my house.
This is where you came from?
Hallelujah!
Cabin. Oh, is there like, do you have like a
Love,
special
love.
cabin or whatever?
So there's shelters. And these are
Okay.
basically places you go to, like, not fucking die. And
It's a weird cabin.
since I'm on winter difficulty,
I see. Also,
This
thank you,
place
Kev.
is fucking bougie. You're fucking living it up, and you're like fucking finished royalty,
Cruising,
man.
okay. Fucking Christ.
Oh yeah. I probably won't. I might get in them here, but someone Carlos was talking about the podcast shit. Oh, nice job. Was talking about the podcast shit earlier. That reminded me of me and Magnum talking about old school stories. What the fuck? Where'd it go?
Goodbye, I guess. Oh,
Oh.
I think it clipped out of the map.
That was actual perfect timing for it to like reappear. I don't have too many school stories, but what I do have does give me perspective of like I mentioned this when I was talking to Magnum. Every time I talk to someone else about their school, I feel like I like what I thought was the norm is fucking thrown out the window.
I genuinely think it like really depends on like each school, because they operate so differently depending on like the kind of students they have and so many like factors, man.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean that makes sense. It's just that I always felt like
That and children are gullible and will believe authority figures when they fucking say shit that probably.
I always thought there was like not a consensus, but like a baseline for what like a school would be, and I kind of thought my school would fall under that. And I'm sure going to the same school for 4 years in high school has to, something to do with that. But when I hear like the deviancies from like what I thought is the norm, my fucking brain literally is like turned into like little rocks like running around.
Yeah.
um,
I lived in like a mix between like suburbs and like middle class ghetto, so we had quite the interesting experience at schools.
I think one of the biggest jarring comparisons of schools was there was an old like really old Oni Plays compilation I used to watch where one of them talked about their schooling experience, and given that would also be before I was born, but it sounded like actually fucking psychotic to like just go to that school and be there.
Yeah.
I feel that's a prime example of like how I feel when people talk about their schools. Um, fucking or hell, even in retrospect, looking now back at my school, I guess this isn't in retrospect, but looking at my school, how it is now, if I was still a high schooler, which I would fucking hate it, because I think I don't know if this is like a countrywide thing or if this was just like a thing that the news media pushed for a little bit, but I know that in Texas, a lot of schools started doing that thing where I don't, because I'm a lot younger, talking about school is a little bit different to compare to you guys, but when I went to school, we had these things called like phone pockets, where it was basically a big sheet on the wall with little like
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
pockets on it, and you put your phone in there, and you get it back at the end of the class whenever you leave, and it's usually just at the front of the classroom, so it's it's right there.
I know some places that did that, but my school generally didn't.
Um, we Our like high school, like when you were like a junior or senior, that shit was dropped. Maybe if you were a sophomore or freshman, but otherwise you keep it in your backpack. This was something I saw in like middle school and elementary in some cases. But fucking now they're doing a thing where your teacher has like a magnetic locker unlocker thing, and then they take your phone and they put it in this like green packet. It's like really thick and like durable. Uh, and they put it in there and then they lock it with like the magnet locker thing, and the only way you can unlock it and get your phone out is with that locker key thing, which sounds fucking horrible.
Sounds so like Orwellian.
It really does.
Which I don't know. Like I understand it in a sense, but I can see I can just see so many scenarios in which that is like a fucking
Not good.
yeah.
That and also the previous solution still worked if you just put it on the phone wall.
Right. But then that gets into like the whole uncomfortable like conversation of like, hey, when you're in school, you technically count as government property and not your parents.
Not people. Which that within itself is a whole fucking bucket of shit.
Yeah, I mean that goes into like a whole like uncomfortable conversation of like who holds more rights over government or parental figures and ooh. But fuck was I gonna say? When it came to like phones in like my school, because like I was growing up in an age where like phones were hitting the scene and we were like going from like flip phone to like smartphone. And so how teachers were dealing with them was kind of like if they're figuring it out as like the technology was becoming more prevalent and they were becoming more household items. And initially it was just like, oh, I'm confiscating this and you're not getting it back.
Whoa.
Which you know, you get enough like angry parents being like, "Where the fuck is my kid's phone? I paid so much goddamn money for that," you know.
Yeah.
Complaints that they had to change the system. The only way you're getting it back is, you know, if a parent shows up, and then they had to even get more lenient on that. And it was like, look, man, just fucking keep your phone off. You know, if an emergency call, and then like the school also had to be like, okay, look, parents, if you had to make an emergency call, you have to do it through the school. And we'll get the kid. You can't just like fucking call your kid in like the middle, like, you know,
Yeah.
all that kind of shit.
We had a couple of teachers that would let us step out if our parents were calling us or whatever, which was always nice.
Right. I mean, and like it was always like a case by case basis, but every now and then you get like some jackass kid who'd be like texting in the middle of class and like hoo-ha, and it'd be a whole fucking scene.
I'm gonna be real, as long as it's like somebody isn't making like a fucking big commotion and distracting other people, like, what are you gonna do? If the kid's not gonna fucking sit there and actually learn, you can't force them to.
Absolutely.
Right. When I got to like late stages of like middle school and high school, they started like being a bit more relaxed about it. Especially in high school, the teacher was like, look, as long as you aren't like doing anything like crazy and you're actually getting your work done, I don't give a shit.
You had two schools of thought on that. You had teachers like that, and then the ones who were like, I'm gonna be the fucking strictest bitch ever because I need to prep you for the real world. And it's like, dude, you are so extra.
That not only that, you are so out of touch with reality.
Right.
This is not how adults
You always knew when that teacher would walk in. They had like a look or like a feeling. It wasn't good.
aura.
Aura. Fucking yeah. Someone mentioned in the YouTube chat. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. I do remember my school making you pay to get your phone back in certain cases, but I never had that happen because I wasn't a fucking retard. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's how you get your ass beat.
Uh.
I know, like here's the thing. Every like teacher at my schools, they all had like their different methods for like dealing with it, and it wouldn't surprise me if a teacher tried to pull that kind of bullshit on a student, but that would, you know, come with a very angry parent later.
It wasn't even like the teacher that would. Well, it was kind of because they had a whole system for it. From what I remember, it was like the first time your teacher would usually. Okay, first time I say is like if the teacher actually keeps the fuck in the first place. Usually, if they take your phone, they just give it back to you in their class. But like, it was a system where it was like the first time the teacher would have your phone, you'd get back at the end of the class. The second time, it would go to the office and you had to pick it up at the end of the school day. And then the third time, it would go to the office and then your parent had to come and one of you had to pay for it. So there was like a tier system to it.
I know for a fact though that they can't legally do that.
There's definitely some shit there that you could argue. Oh. I never interacted with it because I actually never had my phone taken, thankfully. The only time I had it taken was whenever we took exams. My math teacher had a like big I don't know, school, not Tupperware, but like just a big plastic box that you just put office shit in. She just put all the phones and put that at the front, and you get it whenever you're done. Fucking, it's so I don't know if it's you had to pay to go to pep rallies. That was crazy. Our teachers just drag us to pep rallies randomly. We would go to the P.
I never had that. Yeah, it was just like fucking. We just get a day off of school and be like, okay, cool, I can just fuck around.
There was that actually does give me a quick school story that I can tell on here. There was a time where at the pep rally, a bunch of kids unfurled like a hammer and sickle, like giant red communist flag, and I mean like big, like 4 people, 6 people holding it up big, and immediately right after that, no more bringing anything to pep rallies, and those 6 people were fucking barred from it. It was the funniest shit in the fucking world though, because that was in high school, like sophomore year, back when like making memes about Russia and that kind of shit was still kind of funny. It's it's also weird that like I don't and then again I know that college in other countries is a different terminology of college. The premise here of a college professor taking your phone is like fucking crazy to me. A college professor wouldn't even fucking glance at you if you had your phone out here unless you were in certain situations.
Right.
Unless you're
I mean,
a complete jackass.
I do have a lot of professors that are like, hey, can you pay attention? Like I know my sociology professor will make people clock in if they're fucking around. Because I'll be real, there are not that I mind it myself, but there are some fucking people. Because I usually sit in the back of college classrooms and I'll see people just shopping or like playing fucking like cool man. It's like, again not bothering me, not bothering anyone else, but you're paying to be here.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
not saying I haven't fucked around on my phone myself, but like,
we
I mean,
all
you're
do it, we all
also.
get bored.
I mean, if like, but like, you're showing up. Like, you could also just not show up if you don't want to. You know, like you came here. You could just be outside doing it. You could be doing any. You don't have to be in the situation where you have to hide it. You could
Right.
just leave. Again, not a big
I
problem.
will
Oh.
retain the information passively and. I don't know.
No,
It's one of those things where it's like my brain needs routine and. Ooh.
it's nothing big or anything. It's just I look at it and I'm like, I genuinely don't clock anything of it.
Right.
There is one thing that I will complain about, only because it was really funny, and I've told this story before. It was my second semester, my freshman year. There was a guy, genuinely right at the front of this fucking like auditorium and classroom where they're like the stage was right in front of this guy's seat, and he has his headphones on, his laptop out, and he's fucking slamming his keyboard playing Friday Night Funkin'. And the fucking professor just literally looks down and is like, "Can you stop?"
Bro.
Dude, I'm like so glad for like my last years of high school that I went to a charter school because that was such a way better experience than like public school.
Oh fuck. Oh, you
Like,
know, you're
good.
good. There is one case where they do take away your phone at college if you bring it, and that's when you go to a testing center. I quit bringing my things there because I heard they get lost, quote unquote. I don't know if that's true, but I also just don't, you know,
You ain't
I ain't
risking
gonna
it.
fuck around with that. No, I ain't fucking with that.
Jahas, kaupanteko kiinnostaa?
But yeah, that's the only thing I can think of.
Oh, I would love that right now. How much is it?
Hmm.
75? Okay, I've got 7 minutes to scrounge up $75.
Mulla olikin tässä vähän kaikkea hommelaista. Älä.
Oh yeah, and then when I went to a charter school, they like genuinely like fucking did not care if you had like a phone. Because the cool thing about charter school is like a teacher literally just like hands you a fucking packet of homework. It's like, go finish it, come back, take a test, and get your credit. Easy peasy.
Yeah. Get the shit. Oh, the FNF thing, actually, there was another similar situation that I guess you could say was distracting because I watched it occur for a good while. In my sociology, in my criminology sociology class, there was a guy who was just typing really fast on his laptop that was sitting in front of me, and I looked over, and he's got Discord open, and he's doing like one of those like anime waifu bot claim things on like a bot channel where it auto gens a waifu from like some fucking anime and then you like claim it or not.
Man, I also forget that like you're like enough years younger than me to like have a experience that.
That was this year. That was like a few months ago. The only reason why I know that is because one of the servers I used to be in had one of those bots, and it was the most. I forgot. I used to be in a Jaden Animation simp server. That shit was psychotic.
I'm sorry, a fucking what?
There was a group of friends that knew another group of friends, and I played a game
Dude.
with them, and I joined their server, and after like hanging out and playing games, it was cool. But then I stuck around, looking at all the channels. These guys actually were like they were the few one of those people that like freaked out when Jaden announced they were, I think he was either
Asexual.
non. Yeah, that one. They freaked the fuck out, and they had like a Jaden like NSFW channel and art channel and all this shit. I remember
Genuine psychosis.
I poked fun at once, and cause I think I was in high school. I poked fun, and I was like, "Oh yeah, she's whatever. I don't really like her." They were like fucking typing in all caps and like freaking out. I don't remember their names or anything. I left the server after that. It was funny as fuck.
The internet is it's a place.
How
Most
much of
certainly.
it was like genuine and
It was real.
ironic?
If I had to guess, I want to say, having only been there for maybe a couple days, so take this other grain of salt. Also the fact it was a long time ago. At least like 75%,
Damn.
All right.
which is way bigger than it ever should be.
You guys ready to watch me get dropped?
Absolutely. Where'd you go?
Peekaboo.
I'm trying to just like listen if I hear any like steps.
Do you have any functioning guns, or just guns that have no ammo?
Guns with no ammo.
I see.
I need to just eat this for the healing.
Did you should have bought like a knife on that guy so that you could be like the crackhead?
I need you to understand how functionally useless that would be against a man with a gun.
But is it cool though? Whoa.
I don't know. Is me running forward and immediately just falling on my face dead cool?
It's
Depends
pretty
if
cool for us.
Did you scream bonsai or not?
No, I said, "Ah!" 'Cause the dude scared me.
It scared you because he took out his own big knife.
Juice box.
What else?
Like,
I don't think about
if
shit.
we were scrounging around for like food and everything in like an apocalyptic scenario, and I found a juice box in like a pile of garbage and I handed it to you, would you drink it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is it like, is the straw not plugged in yet?
There's no straw. It's gone.
Oh.
Dude, I just fucking like plunk a hole in it and then just fucking manhandle that thing and let the juice fucking squirt in my mouth.
Whoa. Bro's gonna trash juice bukake.
Okay. You can die now.
The squeeze pleaser.
Lanny, do you have any poop stories about school?
It's oddly specific. Labeled pervert. Get out of here.
I have one.
Like,
It's not very interesting. There was an image that went around my school that was a Cheeto bag and a milk carton stuffed into a toilet that someone, did business on, and people thought it was really funny for some reason, and that's the end of that story.
Haha, poop funny.
Ah, fuck. You guys weren't in school anymore when Devious Lick was around, right?
fuck no.
I don't believe so, no. The last time I was in school was the end of 2019, so do with that
Oh
as you
my
will.
god. That was my, I remember that was my sophomore year of high school whenever Devious Lick came around, and there was actually like a remnants of it into the future, because you would see our school had those, like, you know how in like offices there's like a glued on like plastic square that says like, oh, room 304, and this is like whatever, and maybe there's some braille underneath. We had those for the bathrooms, and you could see like where the peeled off glue was, because people would fucking scrape those signs off and take them out of the school.
I
so
mean,
fucking
we
dumb.
had people stealing all kinds of stupid shit in our schools, but yeah.
Devious Lick was just taking shit.
It was just
like,
stealing. Like,
like, what I mean is like it was stealing, but it was just stealing like anything. So like you would have like lampshades being taken or fucking light bulbs.
there would be no devious part of it. It's just a lick.
Yeah,
Oh,
genuinely.
I grew up when people did really stupid and gay shit, like fucking planking. Remember that?
Yeah, and then that's just like a fucking like workout now.
Yeah.
or ever encountered people who had their pants all the way down. I never. I will say this.
You mean sagging?
I think
in the
they're
bathroom.
talking about they're talking about the this is a follow up to the poop story question. I hated school bathrooms. Like I avoided
Oh
those like
yeah,
the
they
plague
sucked
from
so
the
bad.
beginning.
God forbid you needed to go take a shit and you get harassed for it. Like fuck,
Because
sorry
they're,
I have
like,
bodily
fucking-
processes.
Because there's piss and shit in places where there should not be piss and shit, and fucking cummed on wet rags everywhere, and
I found a used condom out in the field once when we were doing gym. I was like,
There was
why?
one in the back of an empty bus. I remember that it was a tale at my school.
Sex
that's
on a
another
bus sounds absolutely vile.
school bus, so the fucking dirty, like crumbly floor with like
Yeah.
fucked up foam seats. Yeah. I am so glad, and maybe this makes me sound like a loser. I'm so glad I never had like bathroom sex in like a school because like being knee deep in
I think it stops at, I'm so glad I didn't have sex in high school.
just being knee deep in like fucking piss in a bathroom while getting head or some shit.
You're
sounds
you're
fucking
trying to like
horrible.
thrust from behind, you slip in the piss puddle underneath you, and you're like, oh fuck.
Or you're on the shitty toilet that you know 1,000 other fat sweaty fucking kids have been on
Yeah.
before you, and now there's
I did have a kid who got like in a shitload of trouble, and like not even like once. Like this was like a reoccurring brawl. I don't know what happened. Eventually, like I think he got in enough trouble or expelled because he kept just masturbating in the middle of class.
who has a
Oh.
bunch of fun stories about that?
Yeah, there was one guy I remember we were. Sorry, I'm also like concerned because I heard a voice from that house over there, and I'm waiting for
Tim,
motherfucker to
the
pop out.
jack
and
off
shoot.
boy.
He's gonna shoot me, and not in a way that would kill me.
Yeah.
way-
Yeah, no, there
Oh,
was just this
God.
one kid. It was very apparent that, like, whenever he went, and it was always the same fucking class too. He was always just playing fucking pool pocket.
Pool pocket. That's a great name.
I'll turn on my flashlight.
Oh fuck.
Or pocket pool, you know.
It's just I always laugh when Hooba mentions his shit because the way I remember him describing it was he was literally like fucking like horking it up and down, like
Well,
fucking
okay.
vibrating in his fucking chair.
So
Well, he just
all right.
looked like fucking angry, like all this.
No. So what it was, like we were sitting in class, and there was a dare officer at the front of the class. And I turned to my right, and this dude is just like fucking making like what would I even fucking say? He's making like
contorting.
dramatic faces at like one of his friends as he just starts beating his dick.
Could you hear it?
Because you know, penis funny, masturbation funny, and it's like, what the fuck are you?
He was doing it as a joke. He was like, "Hey, look at me, I'm touching my dick."
Yeah, I guess.
Fucking psycho.
That's the impression I got, and I'm like, what?
Now, I've definitely had like dudes like fuck around, and, like pretend to like fucking jerk off motion, all that stupid shit.
No, his
Like,
dick
yeah,
was in his
but-
hands.
It was
Wild.
out. He wasn't pantsing it.
Oh no, he had his dick out. Yeah.
How could you be quiet about that, dude?
Dude, full Slim Jim action.
Because like there's a fucking functionally a cop at the front of the room, and I don't know what the fuck to say. So I just turn my gaze forward and try to act like nothing's happening.
That's awesome. Holy fuck. Imagine if you were fucking sitting in high school and your friend says, look over here, and they have their fucking cock out and they're JOing under the desk and they drop a speed face while they're at it.
Okay, well, we didn't have that, but we always had like these dudes
Oh,
who
fuck.
they fucking thought it was the funniest shit. Quote unquote school harassment, you know.
What the fuck?
Where a dude would like fucking like walk up to you, flash his pubes, and if you for whatever
Ew.
reason like look down, you'd be like, gay. Like, what?
Ugh. That's horrible. That's actually horrible.
And then someone will just go like, I swear to God, there was a man in that doorway for a second. Somebody else will go, oh, it's just boys being boys, and it's like, no, that's fucking weird.
We start right. That's boys being boys. All men, post your pubes. That's absolutely what yeah, that's what guys do. I've been to a bar before. Everyone does that. Gotta check you in.
See, they'll call that boys being boys, and they'd be surprised why there's so many homosexuals nowadays.
For real. Hey Huma, Vi's got a little thing for you. That looks horrible.
Oh god. I know it's gonna be too because I saw him say something earlier when Iron decided to open his fucking mouth.
Thank you, boys.
It's so good.
Ugh, this sucks.
You look like Godzilla.
One second.
Continoto.
Oh fuck.
Fuck is the display capture on this shit? I can't even remember where I put the fucking thing.
I'll have you know, I did not request a draw from this. You just did this, Vice.
No, you requested it.
No, I didn't.
You requested
I
it.
just said I was imagining it.
And then I believe you said Vise at some point during that.
No such thing. You can go to the VOD.
You know what? I probably will later, and I'll either eat my fucking words or be vindicated.
I just had a funny stray thought.
Well, back to cock and ball
regardless,
torture.
Vice.
Do you I have a really nasty bathroom story from elementary that I just got reminded of.
Oh boy, go for it.
So, our school had this thing. I think they do this. I mean, I don't know if this is my school particularly, but I don't know why I said that. When a urinal was out of commission, they put a bag over it if they're gonna fix it later. Can you imagine what sometimes happened to said bag if a hole was cut in it by a suspicious little conniving kid?
The bag
Is
filled
it-
with
is it-
piss.
I was gonna ask, is it like that fucking meme picture where it's just a bag filled with piss?
When I saw that, I thought it was from my school because of how big it was. Because there was
Oh
one
my god.
genuinely like the size of like my waist down.
I don't understand people. I'm gonna be real. Like when I was a fucking kid in school, I was just like, I'll go there to like do like the school shit and then I'll go home. I didn't never sit there and think, you know, it'd be funny filling a bag full of piss.
With bright yellow.
Like, what the fuck?
It was a very common occurrence at my school. It's something you'd see often. I have a lot of memories of that. Because one of the only times I used bathrooms, of course, was not when I used bathrooms. When I used bathrooms in public, was when I was younger, in elementary. Because I didn't give a fuck. I fell in when I was in kindergarten. That's another story. That's real. I won't get more into that, but I did fall in once. That is real.
Rip, honestly. That's a rip and a half.
Fuck. I haven't thought about elementary in a long time.
I
And the
think
fact that I
fucking
remember
feel.
the fact that I remember these things mean that they're core memories, that this is part of my psyche and who I am.
Man, I had this really, this was like real young shit. There was this girl, who was like always like fucking causing me problems. And just like pestering the shit out of me, and I try to like fucking get my teacher to like do something about it, and she hit me with like that bullshit of like, that just means she likes you. I'm like,
I
what the
don't
fuck
like
am I
her.
supposed to do with that? I don't care. Get her, stop annoying me.
Oh fuck.
Okay.
What other school slop stories do I have?
Plus, like, also looking back at it, ew, gross. I was in like fucking second grade.
Oh my god. Oh. I had a friend named Garrett in high school in elementary that lied to me.
Like you do to us.
Oddly enough, yes. He told me there was a floating baby head in his attic that would come visit him, and then he'd fight off in first grade.
The floating baby head's back again.
Okay, first
Like a really
grade,
big one.
Okay, I was like,
He also said that he lived near an airport, but I don't know where that was because there wasn't an airport where we lived.
now Vice, can you draw floating the?
No, don't make Vice do that.
Here, guys, if you want to get it lore accurate, he was a small blonde boy with blue eyes, and he was talking to me about floating baby.
God.
He said in his room was the door to his attic was in his room, and that he was scared because the giant baby head would come in. He had to fight it off on Sundays.
You're so fucking stupid.
There was also a time.
Holy shit.
There was a time.
What the fuck are you saying, man? God damn.
No, dude. Why does that sound like you're shitty like Doom Lad?
The way he always portrayed it was like basically like Keko Demon size, just a big head in this room.
God damn.
He told me a couple other things too. One I remember very clearly because it was really bad. he told me in Super Mario Galaxy 2, if you collect all the stars and beat the secret level, you get to see Peach eat Mario's hot dog. It was the way that he explained it to me.
Fuck, dude, holy.
I was like, what do you mean? And he goes,
my
you know?
chest hurts.
Sheets.
Oh, my muscles are compressing. Oh my god.
Eats his hot dog while stroking his meatballs.
I didn't know what that meant because I
Oh.
didn't understand the concept of sex until like 6th grade.
I gotta stand up. My muscles are cramping.
The
Oh,
concept is
I'm glad
baffling.
the baby head makes you stand up. That's like some regular show shit.
That's like some shit Jake would just like say.
Lanny, what if you had to fight the big baby head, huh?
Yeah, you know the big baby head that floats at you. It's like a little Keiko demon.
I'd be scared, Jake. I'd be
Sponsored by the
scared.
Etsy witches and the rusty ales.
I don't remember much about Garrett. I was only friends with him until 2nd grade. I remember I had a friend named B Lau, who was not Asian but European, and we quit being friends because I accidentally sneezed next to him once, and he was a really big germaphobe.
If you're gonna sneeze next to me, I think I have to break contact with you, dude.
That was in 3rd grade. Oh, I almost got my head caved in once.
Okay, so
Yeah?
like, do you want to explain what you fucking mean by
So, in kindergarten, there was this playground, or there was the playground, and our playground was like basically the backyard of our school. It's just the fenced-in area, and there was like a lot of just like there was like 3 or 4 different little like play areas that were just like full-on playgrounds. But also, in like the big fields between these playgrounds that you would wander in, where there was also a sewer grates so that the water could flow down there. Big concrete metal, big old sewer grates in the middle of these fields, and there was this little cunt head, little cuntsicle named Tyler. Now Tyler liked to push people.
that? Okay.
And I perhaps may have been standing very close to this metal grate when I saw Tyler coming up, and I winced and I said, "Hey Tyler," and I suddenly found myself hard on the floor next to the grate. Oh, there was a kid named Michael that I wasn't friends with, but we had this. We didn't have the same birthday, but what our school would do is if it was your birthday, you got to say the announcements over the PA. And what they did for people who had summer months or like during non-school birthday days, they would just say like, oh, we're gonna do like March 14th or something. Some kid doesn't have a birthday on that day, and so me and Michael, who both had June birthdays, would have like a certain day in March for our birthday where we would do that. And so I kind of like sort of knew him, and this was in kindergarten. One day I saw Michael get called up by the principal, and then I never saw him after that day. And for some reason, my brain was convinced that the principal like killed him and like ate his like blood. And so I was always really scared to go to the principal's office after that. I thought the fax machine was like secretly like the blood extractor.
The blood extractor.
And for context, I went to the principal's office often because I was a shitty kid who I was still undiagnosed with my ADHD and didn't do my work and was very hyperactive. So I went in there often, and I was always very scared when I went in there.
I mean, if I thought my principal was gonna extract my fucking blood, yeah, I would probably wouldn't be super cool with that.
I remember I would hear like the like a printer would go off in like the background, and I'd be in like her office because she would I don't know if you ever had this happen or heard of this. For kids who couldn't focus in elementary, sometimes they would like, okay, you're gonna do your work in the principal's office, like on her desk, right next to her.
Yeah, I think
I'd be
Yeah,
doing
stuff like that. It was usually like the fucking like assistant or some shit who would like come in and do that. Or they
I did do that.
someone in.
I did do that in kindergarten a couple times, and I explicitly remember hearing like a printer go off in the like the background, and or somewhere like behind me, and I would be like, it's happening.
Oh no.
You had a very active imagination as a youngin.
He still does.
To be fair, I also was best friends with a guy who told me, and I believe that there was a floating baby head that he had to fight off in his room every week.
The shit we believed when we were young.
Oh, sorry. Let me correct myself. Memory unlocked. It wasn't Peach ate Mario's hot dog. It was Giant Peach ate Mario's hot dog.
Giant Peach.
So take that for what you will. That might have started something.
See, I didn't have that. I just had like fucking pervert kids show me fucking porn on Newgrounds.
I wasn't even aware of Newgrounds until like way later in my life. I'm also pretty sure, like, I'm sure I played Newgrounds shit when I was in high school, but like didn't know like what Newgrounds was as a whole. I was just like, oh, it's just like where the game was. You know what I mean?
I remember playing Meat and Fuck.
Meat and Fuck, King of Steve.
What?
What? So same thing with TF2. Like on my Steam account, which is the same account I've had for fucking forever. I apparently played, because I have the mercenary badge, I played TF2 in 2013. I have no fucking memory of ever playing TF2, and when I played it for the first time in like 2020, I was genuinely like, I was like, I have never like, I've seen this game obviously, but I've never like played it. I have no clue like when I played it in 2013.
You probably just like booted it up once, and then just didn't play it.
That is also when it went free to play, as far as I'm aware. What I did play though, and it sounds weird because to me this is old, and I'm sure there's also a couple of older people who played it, but they were like actual adults, or not adults, but like teenagers maybe when they played it. I was like 6 or 7 or 5. My mom was addicted to Webkins. I would play the fuck out of the Webkins website. The little science dog.
What the fuck is Webkins?
Webkins is?
Webkins was a thing where you would, I don't remember which way it was, I think it might have been both ways. I think it was, you would buy a plush in a store, and you could like a Webkins plush, and then you could use the code on it to like log in online to your Webkins account, and then
To get a
and then it
digital
would actually,
Webkins.
yeah, and it would have your little pet, the like if you bought a unicorn, you have a unicorn online, and you'd collect them, customize them, and all that kind of shit, and then you just play games with them.
No, we had like.
And of course there was
Neopets,
like premium services and everything too.
Yeah, it was of course like a funny thing, but. Oh,
Hey,
no,
who remembers when like Neopets would also be like a accepted like email address or something?
the fuck is Neopet?
You don't know what Neopets? What the fuck? What the fuck is this? Why is this in a
Neopets
fuse
was,
box?
before his time. I mean, even when Neopets was around, it was kind of niche.
This looks scary.
I remember playing the
like,
like
looking up
haunted house
Neopets?
part of Neopets and trying to
Yeah,
find
yeah.
that fucking treasure.
Whoa! Look, the return of Neopets, iconic pet game raises $4 million to enter the metaverse. When was this article written?
Ugh.
You.
3 years ago. Lovely.
Yeah, I think that was like a thing. Is that like Neopets? In recent years, they tried to do like a comeback, but they were also like getting like really into like fuck ass AI.
Lovely.
As fucking everybody is, unfortunately.
Now, don't quote me on that because I could be talking
Well,
out my ass. But
the article I did look at did also on the bottom underneath all the Neopet shit have like a bunch of just AI other articles. I don't know what that I don't know what that says, but
well,
I didn't play Neopets. I played Webkins. I only
man,
remember the
speaking of
science.
old like internet like culture things that are like trying to come back. Fucking Habbo Hotel looks like launched on Steam.
Pool's closed.
Yeah. That game will never be free from pools closed. Genuinely, that is the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard about.
Yeah.
What else?
I mean, as far as like shitposts go, that is like one of the funniest harmless ones.
There's a horrible image that I have that I know that's related to that. That's really funny, but I'm gonna talk about it on here. Let's just say a bunch of people dressed up as the pool's closed avatar set met up IRL in the plaza and then made a certain symbol by standing and then taking an aerial shot.
Is it perhaps a funny pinwheel?
Oh, it absolutely is.
Just like the funny pinwheels you like to make, Lanny.
Man,
Make them
that
anymore.
reminds me of like, since we were on the topic of so much school shit, how many like fucking jokesters and funny guys would like incorporate that shit into their school projects and naturally get in a bunch of trouble.
The word
Natural.
jokester has lost all meaning to me because of a certain YouTube
Because of the
channel.
jokester.
Because of the jokester. I need to check up on him and see how he's doing. I
Do
have to talk to
you? Do
Roll.
you really?
Absolutely. Now that he's a bad man, I love all the horrible things that happens to him.
Man, what a sentence.
But,
Eventually, we'll get like a fucking hour-long white man essay on the history of the John Third.
What is the jokester?
Don't worry, I'm gonna make Lanny make it. Oh
Yeah, Laney. Once you get your psych degree, you need to use it to run a shitty YouTube. You know.
Yeah, I can make white man video essays. I would feel there'd be some part of me that'd feel bad if I did that. I feel like that'd be like well,
I mean, as much as I'm joking, I'd fucking watch it.
I was also gonna say because I was gonna say that'd be like primo art, like armchair psychology shit, and then I realized it wouldn't be because I'd have it. It wouldn't be armchair. It would be against that.
Yeah, the epiphany and then like
You
wait
would
a
have
minute.
actual training and experience and insight.
I guess I could still armchair if I just didn't read the articles or did the usual thing people do sometimes with those degrees, where they're like, "Yeah, I have the degree, but I actually never read it." That means I don't have to read the articles or do anything, or just I could just lie.
It means I'm just innately better and know everything.
Betterer and not worserer, all those fun things. Fucking.
I do love people who have like very like clear like serious degrees who just talk like fucking like fucking fucking yeah, whatever. Like basically, this is it.
But yeah, shrug.
I'll always take someone who's like casual about it, I guess, with that kind of shit over someone who's like, I mean, basically what I just described
Acting like
earlier.
final
You know?
authority.
Yeah, because like, in all honesty, like yes, I will hammer in that I've learned a lot of this shit, that I've seen a lot of evidence for it, and that I know what to look for when I'm looking for this kind of stuff because of the things I've been in. But I also understand the fundamentals of any science ever, especially psychology and sociology. And that is that step one, that your theory should always be disprovable and not absolute, no matter how much you believe in it.
Not only that, but a lot of that stuff is also very much like a spectrum. There's spectrums of severity and symptoms and how certain things manifest. There's you have, I was about to say codependencies, and that is not the right word.
I mean, I can get what you mean by that. Also like
There's
layers to the
overlappings
shit.
in diagnoses. There, you can have multiple diagnoses of symptoms that overlap. Comorbidities.
contextual.
Comorbidities was the word I was looking for.
There's,
But
there's
yeah,
there's a lot of shit behind it, and a lot of it at the end of the day, especially when you get into psychology or hell, even sociology, is that it is personalized. I mean, a lot of shit from sociology is like, well, how does your personalized experience interacted with not only the environment in a physical way, but the social environment that you surround yourself with.
Hey,
just
just
because-
because we're running the same programs doesn't mean we're using the same software. You feel me?
Yeah.
exactly.
Otherwise, Geek Squad wouldn't exist.
Yeah. You truly are the Geek Squad of people.
I think that makes me, that's like worse than like being called a Redditor. Being called the Geek Squad of people. That's not, having a, I don't want to be mean to, because there was people at Geek Squad that did help me once, but
I had like a very like mixed bag experience with them.
Exactly.
Where, like, yeah, they helped me with some shit, but then they also gave me a whole bunch of fucking runaround and
it was the bare minimum.
yeah.
Because I was gonna say like being called anything like the Geek Squad of that is like basically saying that, yeah, you have knowledge in it, or you have God, but you also just do it.
Yeah.
That motherfucker was there. I was just trying to figure out where the fuck he was.
The only thing that I will ever hammer in, definitely, when it comes to like my degree and shit, is like, it's fun in games to interact with stones and crystals and witchcraft and personality tests online. By God, do not take them to heart.
Please.
Please, for fuck's sake. I used to believe in the Myers-Briggs test, and then I took one psych class, and the first thing they said was, don't believe in that because it was made by two people in their basement.
Is that the one that like breaks you into like INTP or like whatever the bullshit?
It is fine if you want to do it and engage with it and maybe glean meaning from it. I'm not going to demean or devalue that, but do not like think your life is over if the Myers-Briggs test says you're something you don't want to be.
I always reckon it was just more so for fun.
Or don't think that you're a super genius because you landed in a certain category or some bullshit.
That also just goes for anything, really. Like, even standardized accepted IQ tests. Do not fucking take IQ tests as, like, the end-all and be-all. Especially the fact that IQ is not the driving force of how you are as a person or your actual smartness and everything. Because at the end of the day, IQ only represents what the IQ test measures, and that's not life.
It is a very poor measurement of understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know, the creator of it has gone on record to even say, like, I hate how people apply this.
Also,
What the fuck?
MP5, baby.
Forget, put this in.
Yeah, I do some of the
Oh.
like the tarot cards and witchcraft and like stuff like that, but I don't really do like the personality like things.
But at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want. Like
More
how to
is
put it.
like, well, no, I am saying like I do agree with you.
Mm.
What I'm not trying to say is like, oh well, no, I'm not trying to.
I mean, they're
that.
Oh
just
yeah,
like a fun thing to do if you're like. It just depends how you apply it, you know.
yeah. I was just gonna
Mhm.
clarify that. I don't mean to be demeaning about it or anything. Like at the end of the day, like anyone
I
does
didn't
what
think
they
you were.
want. Okay, just making sure, cause I don't want to be like it's like yeah actually what the fuck's the name his name's out of my head now. I fucking Charles Darwin evolving down the chimney for fucking you know what it's for science miss. I don't want to be like that, but
Yeah.
because
Christ.
at the end of the day people could do you know if you want to engage in tarot stuff, if you want to engage in astrology, that's totally fine. There's a lot of shit behind that. The only people that I don't like are scammers or are people who take it to heart in the sense that they use that as the sole driving force for things that they do or how they interact with people, such as individuals who don't date other people because of
Oh,
the
you're a Libra? Sorry, that's
this-
never
Star
gonna happen.
sign.
Yeah.
sorry I put a gun in
No,
my
I
mouth.
don't do that. I view like tarot and stuff like that as more of like spiritual guidance, because I studied so much of religion, and there's so much so much shit in common just with the religions, especially if you like look at all the stories and the timelines. Like, it's kind of difficult for me to believe in one being, you know?
Yeah.
So I kind of view it as like a spiritual guidance. It's like
Fuck, did I even come?
it's those in the other planes basically helping guide us. Like, you can say it's your ancestors, it's your spirit guides, it's your god, it's your relatives, it's whatever. And I kind of think, like, I don't use it for like relationship advice. I use it for more like personals, like stuff like that. And it is incredibly helpful. It helps me kind of like clear my mind and stuff, and kind of like, I guess it helps me stay established in my intuition. Especially sometimes when I'm like really doubting myself in certain things, the tarot will kind of help me like reinforce what I know in a way.
Mhm.
And there's lots of different readings, there's lots of different like interpretations, there's people can read it in different ways. Like, it is fluid. And what's funny is my sister and I call tarot readings bitch slaps from beyond the veil. Because it'll tell you shit. It's like, you weren't even fucking asking that question. It's like, that wasn't even a part of the fucking equation. And it'll give you that answer, and you're like, excuse me, that's not this right now. But it's like, well, they're giving you that answer for a reason.
Mhm.
Oispanikoinen
Yeah, I mean at the end of the day, like I really hate the rhetoric. I don't know if that's the right word to use. I really hate the idea that I see sometimes online when people are like, why don't we just like abandon religion and all of that? Like haven't we like evolved past that? It's so fucking annoying. I think it's
I
really
do not
disrespectful of anyone's culture at all.
I do not consider myself religious. Like, I still say like I am a Jew, because I am a Jew by blood.
Mhm.
That's just true. I don't follow Judaism much anymore. Like I still like
There's a term for that, isn't there?
subconsciously
Tiedätkö, aina ei vaan jaksaisi.
there is, I can't remember it. Like I do subconsciously track, like I'm able to track seasons and stuff like that based on the Jewish calendar of holidays and events that they have, because there's so many. So it's like it's an automatic thing that kind of helps me, like, I guess, keep track of the calendar and stuff like that, which is very helpful because I have a really bad habit of, not a habit, it just happens because of my brain. I lose track of days very easily. And so that kind of helps me, like, keep track of it. But I kind of consider myself more spiritual than religious.
Okay.
Because there is, like you said, there's tons of cultures and stuff like that where getting rid of that would harm and remove a lot of cultures that people have.
Yeah.
Now, should we have an actual true separation of church and state? Yes. That's why we're supposed to have that, is so people can practice what they believe in without fear of control. I should be able to practice my witchcraft and smoke joint, and you should be able to go to church and sing hallelujah to Jesus, okay? And we should be able to get together at a park on a Friday and chill and have a barbecue, and we should be able to do that, okay? Yeah. Guess what? Your life is my life. If I want to sage my house with a joint in my mouth, I can. If you want to smoke a brisket before your fucking Passover Seder, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's I just think it's really weird whenever there's some people out there that, like, I think this is the worst case of it, is whenever someone's like, yeah, haven't we, like, evolved past, like, all that? It's like, I feel like that's I don't know what that means, as if we don't need it anymore, as if we can just drop the culture and just move past it.
Well, the thing is like, humans will always find something to worship. A lot of humans, a lot of us are hardwired to really believe in a higher being, because for some people AI. it does give them purpose. It gives someone a purpose in life. That's why, like, some people will, like, something happens and then they change it, like, change to religion. Like, there's a ton of things for that, like alcoholism, recoveries, like shit like that. They'll become religious because new purpose in life.
So here's what I'll say on that topic. I can kind of get the mentality of haven't we evolved past it, because I think it comes from a place of haven't we evolved past the need for it in the form of societal control, given that that's whether or not the initial purpose of it, it was very much used as a means of controlling people back in the day. Because
100%, it still is.
You can't enforce as well as you can now through a governmental means. So you had to have, hey, if you do what we tell you to, you get to go to heaven, and if you don't, you're gonna burn in hell for eternity.
I mean, there's layers to that conversation, because it also depends on, like, how, like, what do they mean by that? Are they being like a fucking fedora tipping Redditor atheist, where they're just trying to be a smug, smarmy cunt about, you know, all religion and all spiritualism and I'm so intellectually superior because I don't believe in God or anything. There, wake up, sheeple, and all
Which
that
that's
shit.
mostly where I come from with that, because like I mean, there's people genuinely asking that question, which is applicable, and then there's people that do that. You know what I mean? Like we're,
Right.
and I don't mean this in like a alt science way or whatever. I hate the premise that someone's like, I hate the people that are like science will like lead us to like like everything. You know what I mean? Like
Science alone does not a utopia make.
as if there's no purpose or intent to like culture or religion,
I
which
mean, you then have to also go into matters of philosophy, socioeconomic. Like it's way more complicated than just the science will fix it.
yeah.
Nuance, nuance. That is our word of the day. Nuance. I wish people would fucking learn it.
But yeah, like, and this isn't coming from me being in sociology. I mean, that has definitely changed my view of it, especially today. Not that I once believed
I
that
mean, it's like
we should
totally
evolve
like
past
a part
it.
of it, but I mean, it's just a difference of like some
We all learn
fucking
and grow.
egocentric, fucking shitter trying to be a smartass, and.
Well, we also all learn and grow. Like, Lanny, you're in school specifically for this stuff. Like, of course, you're gonna learn these things and your opinion is going to change a little bit, even if you didn't believe it in the first place. Like, that's just kind of how
it works.
Yeah, that's how growing as a person works. You will learn new things.
I mean, man, I've talked about it before that like I'm not a very religious person. I don't put a whole lot of stock into much religion or spiritualism or much of the supernatural, right? That being said, I'm not going to be a dickhead about it because I know that for one reason or another that there does come good from religion and the communities that foster them. I also know that there are plenty of dickheads and miserable people, and these things can be abused and used for malicious things and manipulated, whatever. But I also know that hey, life's rough and people have their various vices to get through the day. Sometimes people need community that comes with religion, or people that they can lean on that usually comes from the church, or their family bonds through religion or whatever, or they just need to believe that there is something guiding them so they have a reason to wake up.
Yeah. At the end of all of it, I'm not like I wasn't looking to get, not that I mind it. I wasn't looking to get too deep into it. At the end of the day, it's just one of those things that with everything else, it's like, I mean, just let people do it. Do they think
Right.
when it comes to it.
Yeah, like we probably got too much into the weeds. All this to say that hey, don't be a fucking fedora tipping redditor obnoxious dickhead.
Yeah, it's in the same vein of all that kind of shit. It's why like, and like I don't mind getting into the thick of it because there is a lot of shit that we talk about in sociology and psychology. Like a big thing is I don't remember the actual term, but there's a thing that talks about basically like just the simple concept that whenever you're studying something, you're not in their shoes, and that's a big part of culture, because a big part of like why we find certain things weird is theoretically not entirely tied to your internal moral compass, but rather just the fact that you're simply not a part of that culture. It's like
Right, you had a different
centric view or
environment
some
that
shit.
cultivated this person, rather, you had a different environment that cultivated where you are now versus the environments that this person had.
It's like there's some people who will like. It's why whenever someone says like, oh, this is like an inferior or like outdated culture, it's like, well, I don't know if you can entirely make that justification
Or
from your
the
position if you've even
whole
been
thing of
there.
saying like, how does this still exist? Like, aren't people white? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
How do cults happen? Why do you think?
and of course,
Sorry.
Of course, there is like horrible things that like some cultures do that are like way out of the norm for like other culture like ours when it comes to like religion and sacrifice and whatnot. But at the end of the day, that's still applicable towards like, well, you really aren't in their shoes. I mean, they're not doing it for no reason. You know what I mean? Like, there's shit behind it. It's not like it sucks to have to put the morals aside for a moment, but there are moments where it's like, even then, you really have to just look at it from a different perspective and try your best to throw out even your own morals in some cases, when at least observing and understanding.
Well, when you're doing what you can to survive, morals are become very relative.
Well, part of the thing with some of that is there is explanation for some things, but when you're doing abhorrent things, I'm sure I don't need to like spell out what I'd be referring to.
Oh yeah.
And it's only because that's just how it's always been. I don't find that to be, in any situation, a good explanation or a good justification.
Yeah, it's not saying to put your morals aside or to ignore any of that, because you can be and probably should be upset at those things, but from a understanding perspective, from purely understanding, not for the sake of analyzing if this is something we should keep around or not, but just looking at it and understanding how we got there, it's absolutely something that you should that you need to put your morals aside for, as with any experiment.
People were led to, but it's in that like thing of like, how did they allow insert person, organization, thing to get away with doing morally questionable thing? Well, these are the conditions that brought it up.
Now I will say
this is the indoctrination. This was the whatever.
There is also a good chunk of things that, and this is something else that is acknowledged in sociology, is that there's a lot of things that a lot of societies just happen to universally agree on without contacting one another, which is one of the premises for everyone having an innate moral compass theoretically. So there is still, even with the claim I made earlier, the idea that there is a lot of things that no matter where you come from, it's deviant by like nature, like just across for the span of things. One of those things being murder, for the most part, at least randomly, intensely, without intent or purpose.
Well, every cultures have like, even if they like agree on like the different like breakpoints of cruelty, versus.
There usually has to be a point to killing.
Yeah.
I mean, like with ritualistic sacrifice and everything, obviously it's to quote-unquote appease the gods or for other cultural justifications, which you can have your own thoughts on, but at the end of the day, at least there is something that they believe there's a purpose for, rather than just being like, oh no, I felt like fucking bludgeoning that dude's skull for no reason. Like,
I'm glad it's universal that we shouldn't do that, at least randomly.
Well, because I think it's because there's an understanding that if we just allow that to happen, your skull might be the one getting bludgeoned in, and people don't tend to like that.
Well, I mean, like, then we get into the whole thing of like, hey, humans are also animals, and we also like need each other, being that we're pack animals. Some understanding of like, hey, we should work together on some level.
It's one of the reasons why I kind of force myself to get out of bed to get on my computer so I can hang out with people, because it legitimately just makes me feel better.
Oh yeah, I mean, like that's a major thing of psychology, is that like it doesn't matter how introverted you are, you need to have human interaction, or like will suffer like negative like status effects, to put it in layman's terms.
Fuck that, I'm just gonna become delusional and like separate myself from everybody and imagine everything. It'll be awesome.
It legitimately makes like dealing with my day-to-day easier.
Yeah, there's I don't know the experiment in particular. It's also from an old ass textbook, but there was
the one where they like raised that kid complete isolation.
Yes, it was without ethics, because fun.
Because
the kids that were raised in isolation with very minimal to none interaction did not learn how to speak, and often would not respond to like hearing. So that was don't do that.
Yeah, I kind of grew up with that. Obviously, like, I did learn how to speak and stuff, but it's definitely difficult for me to, like, I guess keep go. I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
Perfect example.
because then we get into the whole thing of like, whether you grew up having like social groups in which to bounce off to, and the development challenge that comes with social skills as a result, or being around people or lack thereof.
Mm-hmm.
Homeschooling versus public schooling, and those like constant debates. And usually the consensus leads that it is better to have some form of socializing with people of your age group to which develop
Your social skills, yeah, and whatnot.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like cut off into the whole thing more.
No, you're good. It's fun to talk about this stuff. It's just sometimes I have to be careful because, it sucks, but I also get it. Sometimes the certain things that I learn that I talk about are viewed as controversial because they sound like quote unquote new age ideas, even though this shit's been looked at since like the 60s.
Yeah,
Often,
that, like people are gonna put under a microscope, and like everyone's gonna have like knee-jerk reactions to certain so this study says this, and,
yeah, which I
especially
also
when the things that they kind of put under a microscope sound kind of
I should also mention, like, it's not wrong to question those things. There's no, it's okay to think that someone else is wrong. It's also okay to be wrong. It's okay to think that you're right, even if you don't have like solid evidence for it. Like you should absolutely question things, even things that are portrayed as fact, because you should always question. That's how you learn. I just mean more so in the sense of like controversial, where people hear it and they're like, you're trying to like poison people or like hurt them or like spread like evil knowledge. It's like, I think like you said, the knee-jerk reaction to evil is kind of like, it feels almost, that to me feels Orwellian in the sense where like everyone's a part of this collective and you say one thing that's out of line and suddenly it's like, oh, you're like the rot, you know what I mean? Whoa.
Cocksucker.
It's one of those things where like I can, depending on the thing that like is being discussed and what conclusions what people are talking about, I can kind of understand the levels of skepticism, especially when we start going into like the conversation of like, well, this study says this, and a bunch of people come to probably a wrong conclusion. Especially when you start like really getting into the weeds of like how the study was conducted and what kind of research the study did, and all that hoopla and whatnot. But then when you go into like more common sense stuff and people come to wildly different conclusions, potentially because the subject matter might be uncomfortable,
Yeah, I should also mention this because something else that I see and that I want to implore people to also question, just as someone who would like people to do that more. I just because I mentioned these studies, especially since I don't even have the article for you to look at. Also, just keep in mind, anytime someone uses that point, it's like, oh well, this study says this, therefore it must be true. Never take that. Look at multiple sources every time. Look at contradicting sources. Look at the things behind them, and it sucks that that's so hard to do because everything's paywalled and all this bullshit. But like, I hate the idea of people online, especially with news these days, where they see one person say one thing or even two or three, and they all take it as true, and they ignore the people who say it's false. Even if the information isn't right, you should look at it and at least see how they got there to determine if you can either see how they got there and maybe if they're wrong one way or if they're just straight up lying. Like, you should question those bad things.
Right.
You shouldn't just ignore it's supposedly bad.
That kind of gets into a whole other thing of like pop culture science, and like catchy article names and whatnot. For instance, you'd be like, oh, men are more likely to like leave their partner if they are like sick or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's say like, and then you'd be like, oh, and so people will see that and their their knee-jerk reaction is like, oh, men are always just like more likely to, whatever, some like thing like that. Just
all men are blank, that kind of shit.
Yeah. And then you actually do like more dissecting of the study, and you're like, well, they had a very small focus group of these people who, and they didn't really come to any strong conclusions on what led to it, and they can only theorize that, for instance, because like partner might not be able to like perform, include X duty or whatever, it goes on and on.
I actually have input for this one.
Yeah, because like
it is actually true, because a lot of places will actually talk to women and tell them that their partner might leave them. It's something that happens, and it's actually something that's discussed a lot in my disabled groups and illness groups of people's partners leaving them after diagnosis or a couple months after. So like there is a lot of merit with that one.
Sure, but I'm just throwing something out there, as example. But like it's like things like that have like very
knee-jerk capability.
Yeah, to have people jump to a lot of conclusions and have like reaffirmation biases, etc., because article says pop cultural catchy title.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, the point I'm gonna get across absolutely is that the perfect study, that it is reliable, that it is retestable, which means it's repeatable, that it is falsifiable, and that it is representative of the group it is trying to discuss or represent something for. That is the baseline. That should be like square one for like the shit that you're looking for, but you shouldn't stop there just because you find one that's really good, that's perfect, you know what I mean? And a lot of studies won't be that way, as they're often found through retesting and re-examining. But yeah, don't ever. I mean, you can stop at something if you want to say like, oh yeah, like this is acceptable to me and this is what I'm going to take from it, and that's fine. But always be looking for more of the same thing if you wish to. You know what I mean? Especially studies with people, just because at the end of the day, a lot of the shit is also contextual. Just because there's one thing that says one type of person is going to do this doesn't mean that that person's actually going to do that consistently in a meaningful way, especially with all the other contextual life factors that come in with nuance and whatnot.
Right, especially like a study that goes, well, we asked a bunch of people, insert whatever, and then hey, let's remember, people can be one, unreliable narrators, and two, lie.
Not only that, but there's a lot of statistics that are heavily skewed just because of underreporting.
Right.
Yes, especially so. Oh, another thing. Also, I'm sure I mentioned this in the past. Scholarly journals, they're a really good starting point, but by God, do they love pumping certain things because they make them get money because they're headliners.
Right. I mean, and that's kind of the other thing is like then you have like what the actual like study says versus what like a journal, like a magazine, online source will take from that study and say something completely different.
I don't even mean like journal as in like Vice Media or some shit. I mean as in like the actual publishers themselves. There's a lot of studies that get rejected just because, oh, this isn't like headliner enough for the science community, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
but both are applicable. You mean like sniped out?
Somebody's fucking taking pot shots at me, yeah.
Like playing live Tarkov.
But all that to say, don't believe everything you hear. Do research if you care that much,
Yeah.
Believe anything if it's funny enough.
Believe
Yeah.
in the silly.
No, don't do that. I don't know, just
But not.
just be smart about
I
it.
didn't mean to get heavy-handed or like preach or anything. It's just I hope if there's someone out there who hasn't thought about it, that they at least think about it to a degree, and that's what I hope with anything I say, really.
Big Tom's too remarkable.
In a professional way. I hope that my words have a meaningful impact on somebody out there, even if most people already know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I want to play
games, right?
Where the fuck is this dude?
Actual like border sniper Invisible Man. It's like after, even though we've been talking a lot, I haven't like watching in the background. This does look really good. And I don't mind walking games, but I am also interested to see how it evolves content-wise, because this is literally just now entering into early access, or not just now, but yesterday.
Gives me that like kind of same stress that like fucking Tarkov will sometimes.
Do you feel like, and perhaps this is, I thought that was actual knocking, perhaps this is dependent because of, that we're aware of what the Tarkov can bring. Do you feel like, how do I word this? In Tarkov, you get stressed because you know that the AI is someone you can't see, and you also know it's bullshit. You feel the same way here.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Because, like, I mean, look, I might get, like, shot at from, like, right here. How the fuck am I gonna tell if it's someone, like, right there? You know what I mean?
Because, like, in Tarkov, 80% is like, oh, I don't know where that shot is. But then there's 20%, I know this AI is, like, stupidly programmed and not made because Nikita's a hack fraud, you know what I mean?
Well,
or what glitch is going to make me freak out.
I'll put it this way: in the early areas, it usually feels mostly fine. When you start getting to like the PMCs that have better weapons and armor's hard to come by, then you start going fuck.
From like a gameplay perspective, right? Because what I mean is in the sense of like, we're scared of rogues in Tarkov, not because they're like...
Because they're just gonna, like, fucking zone you immediately.
Yeah, I'm not scared of, like, their big gear or whatever. I'm scared because I know their AI works in a way that I have to puzzle piece my way through, like, these stupid meta spots because the meta ones are the only ones that actually work.
I think I'll put it to you this way. A lot of... It's kind of similar to Tarkov in the sense of if you see the enemy first, you're usually in the clear because you can get a good shot off.
Yeah.
If they see you first, it's an uphill fucking battle dependent on how far in the game you are, because that dictates how hard the enemies are. So like,
that's fine.
If a bandit starts shooting at me, I'm usually able to at least run to cover and start scanning for him, but I still don't want to poke my head out for too long. If it's a PMC, I've got to be way more careful.
Yeah, and the fact that you're talking a lot more about gameplay in general rather than like, oh, I have to be careful of the PMC because their AI is bugged to currently see 3 times far as I can. That's mainly what I'm looking for, is the reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
Because for me, a lot of the reasoning like behind like the bosses in Tarkov or why they're scary isn't like, oh, I know they're like super geared. It's, I know they're super geared and I know that they have like no footsteps as it used to be. Yeah.
Yeah, and they have inflated health values.
Or sometimes they'll phase through walls and that kind of shit.
Right. I will say though, I really haven't gotten to touch too much of the new stuff. This is still a lot of the stuff that was here before. The crafting system wasn't, but... Oh, Botchki.
Funny.
A lot of this is stuff that I've already, like, done in the demo and everything.
Is it the same or is it better?
It's very similar. And a large part of that is just due to I haven't been able to go to the new areas because I need to get geared. Stop. God damn it.
just accidentally empty out like a mag?
Nope, it was I was locked into loading and I heard somebody talk. It's my unknown fucking shooter probably. Fuck. Canned meatballs, my favorite.
Uncle typed a message that I forgot to read out.
Oh yeah, he said, "Help, help, bangs on glass ceiling that stops women and Pepsi workers from leaving. I'm stuck at Pepsi. I need assistance now." He's probably dead by now, so like...
He's in hell. He's in Pepsi. You know that... never mind, that's a nasty image.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, Smokey just has to run like pallets, like until like fucking he gets to actually leave.
Dude, I fucking hate that I heard you say that, and I instantly thought, what, like in Dead by Daylight?
Oh yeah, Karis, that's really what I mean.
Oh,
Like,
I thought you meant like his actual job, where sometimes he has to move pallets with the forklift.
No, yeah, no, he just has to dodge the fucking Pepsi Man killer and he can like fucking
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, Kairos, that is what I mean. Even from reputable sources, there's a lot of shit like that that can, especially nowadays, that can slide in. Or if you want a really cool and fun example of that, I don't remember if it was Fox News, CNN, or which news article it was. There was someone who put Arma 3 footage as like Ukraine war footage.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
that's so funny.
There's only 23 seconds until it restocks. Okay, so we'll just fucking sit here for a minute.
Kauppaa kannattaa aina. Hei nyt sitten.
I'll go ahead and just...
Kev just randomly dropped
Fucking
San Andreas as a child, and man, that's very poorly phrased. Cyberpunk as an adult was truly an amazing experience.
I think it's intentionally phrased that way. That apparently bleeded into my family once, where my brother told me that he was talking to my stepdad once, and my stepdad had showed him like Ukraine war footage. My brother was like, "That's Arma," and my dad was like, my stepdad was like, "No, what are you talking about?"
Stupid.
Oh.
You stupid child, that is war.
And that wasn't even AI. That was just an actual fucking game. What's cool
That's
now?
Hilarious.
Actually, no, because Sumo's gone. I loved fucking like people showing their grandmother like the AI videos of like monkeys being sucked away by tornadoes and like ring doorbells, and they were like, "Oh my god, the world's evil." Or there was a really funny one. I don't know if it's real. I'm 90% sure it's satire, but there was a person who put like a news article, or not news article, like Fox News logo with like breaking news on the bottom over like GTA like chase scene footage for like a car chase.
Yeah.
And my grandma was like, "Oh my god!" As he like ramps off of like fucking pedestrians.
Just like dumping memes in the recording room now.
Oh fuck. Oh. That reminds me of a school, not like a school story, but something that one of my friends in high school told me. He told me that he's got his mom to play Minecraft, and keep in mind his parents are super Christian, like grew under protected roof of God Christian.
Right.
And they played Minecraft on the Xbox 360 with him once, and his mom made a little house. She turned left and said, "Where did my house go?"
Oh man.
Unironically, like lack of object permanence.
It's funny, but like it's so real though. Like the generational gap of like
It's fucking crazy.
like I don't know. I experienced a bit of tech support for the elderly. My dad today, which he mostly got it. But I had to like his like phone. It's a Samsung, and it was like we're no longer doing messaging through Samsung. You got to use like the Google version for whatever it is.
Oh, like their weird messenger thing.
Yeah, we had a little bit of like setting that up for him, and like every few minutes he'd like come back to me. He's like, "So in the old version, I had to do this to get it. How do I do it with this version?" I'm like, "Oh, you just do some of this." And he's like, oh, "Okay, I get it now."
I think the most frustrating thing, and I'm sure Humo and a lot of people actually can probably attest to this, is when you're doing tech support for an old person and you're just like doing shit like opening folders or closing windows, like basic shit, and they're like, you're doing it too fast. Like you moved your mouse too quick.
And you kind of like frog blink for a second. You're
I
like,
haven't gotten that before, but
That's like the number one thing I get.
that's a new one. That's crazy.
They're like, oh, you're moving too fast, like slow down. It's like, am I like in a different like time? Am I like sped up in like time for you? Am I at the flashpoint right now?
Dude,
It's
like watching
strange.
old people like have to like lock in, so like the most they've ever locked in to perform the most like basic technical task is so entertaining.
I don't mind them whenever like it's like, oh hey, like can you show me like how you did this, just like explain it more. Like I don't mind that when it, like I mentioned, like when I close a fucking window, like where to go, like what'd you do, and it's like what do you
when there's
mean?
just such a skill diff, like you just can't. Like, what do you do? This is beyond your capability.
Exactly. Like I genuinely feel lost.
It's like
Lost.
genuinely like trying to like teach a fucking like Victorian
Toddler.
child
Like when you put a book on a shelf, does it disappear? You son of a fucking bitch.
When I get shot.
Cunt. Ow.
it is like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's so like boggling to us because we're so like ingrained in this that like, I don't know. At the same time too, it's like I don't know what the right way to feel about it is, because like I want to be like, fucking, how are you not getting this? This is like such a simple thing, but on the other hand, it's like I also know that like I don't know. I was like bored
I'll be
around
back.
this shit.
Alright. It's I think like another like thing that I always remember is like whenever I'd play like Subnautica or like Minecraft, and my parents would watch me like craft things that like I know just kind of by heart, and they're like, I would never like that's like too much to like remember. That's like crazy. And I mean, I get that to a degree, because like I've played games where I'm like, I don't know how the fuck I'd ever like understand this. Like when I played Ruina for the first time, I was like, this is all going over my head, and then I fell into it real quick.
Right.
But with weaker shit like that, it's always like, damn, we're not even at step one.
Well, like for instance, like you hand like, let's just say something as simple as like a fucking side scroller, right?
Mhm.
You hand it to like someone who is like generations apart, never played a video game, and they have to do the thing where they like stare at the controller and then back up at the screen to like see what they're doing.
How to
You know what I
Mario
mean?
go jump? Yeah, I know what you mean. It's even funnier because like my aunt is the one who like sometimes she's like, oh, that's too fast, or like, how'd you do that? And she's like 40, but she knows how to use a computer to an extent. It's just like because she's not old, right? She's only 40. I mean, some people say 40 is old, but you know what I mean. Like, she's not like 60. Like, she knows how to use a phone and like all these other things. And I guess because it feels so natural for like phone to be looped in with PC knowledge and all that other kind of stuff, like computers and the whatnot, that for someone to have the like, oh, I get my phone, but I don't get like my computer. That's like such like a gap to me.
Yeah. My mom kind of became more like tech literate through time because due to her health, it was like her only means of like entertainment. So it's something she kind of just. She didn't like games, but she like would do various shit on the computer to like fucking fill her time.
No, I get you.
And she also was like the first in our family to like really get into like Kindles and shit. And like my dad was a very like analog man, but then seeing my mom like get into Kindles, he kind of was like, it's kind of neat. And then
Oh,
got himself one.
The first like ebook shit where you would get like a Kindle Fire.
Yeah. Because my dad initially, I think, was very much like, I don't get the fad. I like to have a book in my hand. And, like, obviously he still likes to have, like, a physical book and everything. more, but he has gotten more used to the idea of Kindles.
Yeah.
And the fact that he can also like browse YouTube and like listen to Spotify and like other whatever he does on them.
It's one of those things where like you know how people are like, oh, if you show a medieval peasant like an iPhone, they like pop. It's like I feel like if I showed my grandmother like
I'm
a
back.
multi-monitor setup with multiple tabs of YouTube open all playing at once, I think she'd like convulse.
It would, I think it would definitely be like too like stimulating.
Mm-hmm.
I would absolutely short circuit some of my family members' brains if I did that.
Which don't get me wrong, I can understand overstimulating to a degree because like I see some of the shit that like these fucking new gen kids are fucking pumping themselves with, like all these fucking various like things popping off, multiple screen setups with like different fucking videos going off at the same time. Like I don't know how you fucking do this.
No, I get that. There's certain things that like min-maxing in games, and by min-maxing I mean like there's like a very light like Limbus controversy I'm gonna use as an example. I wouldn't even say controversy, more just like a thing that happened where they recently banned usage of macros for automatic gameplay of like one of the like dungeon mechanics in the game. And what people would do is they'd have Limbus open on one monitor, play a game on the other, or have like something else open, and they would just have this fucking macro running. That's just too much effort for bullshit.
Right.
And I know some people's arguments are like, oh, well, like they should make the mode fun then, and so I can actually go play it and engage with it that way. It's like, is it? Am I alleviated from that by engaging in this nonsense? Not that
Real
I think
quick,
like a
this
porn
game
abuse record or
seems
anything.
like it really tickles the fancy of people who really like fucking briefcase organizing and like RE4 or like stacking
Oh, you
shells.
think?
I kind of like it. I can see it. Then
Yeah,
again, also
if you
Hardcore
like
Content, right?
fucking item organization, this might be the game for you. Or you know, you could play it like Jake, who probably runs into the building, slams everything on the floor, and then runs out.
Kind of guy where I open up my Minecraft double chest and it's a fucking like actual like food vomit, like assortment of color.
And anytime I play with you and I have to see that, I feel like choking the goddamn life out of you.
I'll
What like survival game were we playing? It was like either even like Minecraft at one point or like vintage or something where you ended up like walking over to like Jake's side and you're like, dude. You had like a big crash out on for his organization.
I know Huma crashed out on my organization a lot, and it's valid, but how to put it, I'm organized, but I'm ADHD organized, so only I know where everything is supposed to be. It's not a mess or I can't find it, because I will find it, it's just I only know where it's
So,
at.
this is kind of how I will do things when I start off in like a survival game. I will have a chest where I'll just put whatever in because it's like the early stage. Once I like start like getting some like foundations up, I will then start like compartmentalizing more stuff.
I'll do that, but the way I do it is that I'll start compartmentalize. I'll put things together that shouldn't be together, but it'll be together in a way that's organized to me. Like I'll mix stone and steak in a chest, and it's like, okay, well they're near my stone generator and they're near my steak farm, so I might as well put them together in the same chest because it checks out for me. But there are other people that's like, why do you do this?
That
Why not
would
just
be a
have
little
two
bit too.
chests? It's like, I know where it's at. It's the same thing with machineries and games like Factorio or Satisfactory. It's like, well, why do you have a giant platform running through the sky? Oh, that's just the way I did it.
I definitely have like steams or like these types of materials go here.
like my Voices of the Void current like base setup that I like started to slightly clean up. I haven't like cleared my base of trash yet, but I have like my wrench, my screwdriver, and my hammer sitting next to my like signal table, which maybe they should be in the garage, but for me, I like them there because sometimes that's like my central hub, so I always just go there for my shit anyway.
Right. Hungo, did you have any interest in like Everwind?
I mean, I think where I sat on it was I'm not opposed to trying it.
Right.
Do I have any
We should,
intercept?
speaking of block survival games, we should get the fellas on again, crew for some more hightail.
Yeah, at some point. Wouldn't be a terrible idea.
Fuck.
That game is fun. Even with the content they drop for early access, that game has a lot to chew on. It's very good, very good. And the modding scene for it is very active. Dude, the modding scene that I'm actually like really hyped for, especially since I actually got a chance to like go through Calamity with the boys and everything, is the High Calamity mod that's in the works.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I wonder how they've moved on from FabSoul and all that. It's been a couple of years. I wonder how that's all been articulated and done.
From what I can see, it's hello. 62. These are two different types of. Interesting. From what I know, like they've just they scrubbed FabSoul from everything and then just kept going.
Yeah, I mean I've seen that. I wonder how that's gone like internally, because I know that FabSoul is so much of like everything, kind of to like a sickening degree, where I remember always being like, oh, this is FabSoul's things, this is Fab, and it's like, yeah, you made the mod, but like, fuck, man, I feel like this is like your playpen at some point, you know what I mean?
Well, in terms of like internal social structure, no idea. In terms of just how it's developed, I mean, like Brainstorm came out and it was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm always
like
just
a Terraria mod or something.
Yeah, I'm always just curious about the internals of it. FabSoul was the main dev for Calamity on Team Mod before they were out to doing things with younger people that isn't appropriate.
Boy howdy.
Not in.
Remember, everybody, don't talk to kids.
Don't be a sex pest.
Not in the way, not in the entire direct way like that, but they were hosting a server that had things in it, and they know they provided those things, and that's not good.
Don't be weird.
18 plus restrict gate your servers, and if you do that, mean it.
Yeah, enforce it. It's not that hard even to enforce it. Just when somebody like is like, oh yeah, I'm definitely not 18, you're like, okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Goodbye.
Don't be like, don't have him be like, oh, I'm 16. You're like, shh, keep that a secret. No, the moment it comes out, you're like, well, you're fucking stupid. Obviously didn't read the rules, so goodbye.
Yeah, you pull out the Glock and put a pillow over their face, and then just be like, look away, and then you execute them metaphorically with a band.
Look away as I have this pillow over your face.
And if you're under 18, stay in your fucking lane.
Get out of here, you little freak.
Go to school, don't go to Twitter.
God, don't go to Twitter.
We don't like Twitter. It's not fun for adults.
I don't know, because like I get the whole mentality of like, you know, you're younger and you want to just like fucking participate in the internet, but just be an observer. You don't have to actively like do anything.
Do shit. Yeah.
Go watch cartoons, play video games, go outside, hang out with your friends.
Go outside. What do you mean? And get yelled at by Karen for fucking playing just a bit too loud?
Just I don't know, be cool and responsible in your environment, you know.
And if you do want to interact with the community,
whatever you're doing, be safe first.
Yeah. If you do want to interact with the community, there are places for it. You just stay there. And even then, because by God, is the FNF and Roblox community, they make some cool things, but holy fuck.
Just go out and recreate episodes of Ed, Edd n Eddy and you'll be good.
So this is new, the map.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that a lot different?
Yeah. Yeah, this is real different.
Is there a lot more areas?
Yeah, I'm assuming the question marks means that it's not an area you can go to? Maybe?
Maybe it's not like it's like off the beaten path.
It's either that or it just isn't developed yet. Cause hold up a sec. Let me see if I can like go to the Road to Vostok website. Road to Vostok. I think they'll have a breakdown of where all. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna reckon that those probably aren't developed because they essentially the roadmap has 8 different builds and each one has new map and shelter.
Okay.
And if we take a look here, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that would roughly line up. Though, I mean, it's entirely possible that you can make it to those, but I don't know how you would. Not to mention that's the C, and I think C is supposed to come in, looks like build 6 here, where they add the C system.
I also like that there's like a northern section apparently.
Yeah, I wonder what that's about. But, yeah, no, when, if I remember correctly, in the demo, there was the village. There might have been one place in between the village and the minefield. I never got past the minefield because that's where like the PMCs are, and as the name might imply, there's fucking mines.
Okay, yeah. So from what I'm reading online, yet the question marks are undeveloped yet, so not made yet.
Yeah. That does not surprise me. But, I mean, hey, like, generally speaking, I can see how they've started to shape up a couple things. I will say, this does have some of that Tarkov syndrome going, where... How do I put this? If you don't have a map of the place already like in your brain or on another screen, what the fuck do you mean all this is in whatever, mine. Buy a drink. If you don't have like the map knowledge, get fucked, because you saw me spawn at what I'm assuming now is the highway and just walking around like, oh, help.
Kuinka sitä voidaan oikein auttaa?
Freezer. Can I get the pea scope? I can. And a thing of tomatoes, peas, and juice. Hell yes. These don't give much energy. But, can I put a pea scope? Nope. Fuck my life. I reckon I'll probably end up, shutting her down here. I want to get back to the base, given that it's been 3.5 hours.
Alright.
And I'll just give, like, final thoughts for it. I'll probably play this in my, like, off time a little bit, because I do want to try and get towards Vostok itself. The game is brutal, and I think this was kind of an issue that I had a bit during the demo. It's very difficult to get any medical supplies.
Okay.
Without, like... And you might have noticed that it's something I'm doing. I'm going back to my house and coming out a lot, because that repops the whole area. And given that resources are scarce, you kind of have to game it because you don't want to go to like a different zone and not have the materials on hand to be able to do it. I think one thing that would be very nice is traders having like each reset like default stock that they're gonna have on them, and then random stock, so that way you can always depend on going to like one trader and getting like a couple bandages, and maybe even have that on like a longer reset or some shit, you know, just some way to, you know, get a bit more consistency with the supplies that you desperately need in order to just survive. But yeah, so the map's new, which is cool. Gives you a bit of an idea of like where in the world you are. I would like it if there were a bit more, I don't know, the ability to like click on one of these maps and have like a general idea of where your connections might be in relation to things, so that way you're not just, because if I went to Outpost right now, all I know is that I'm coming likely from school, so I'm probably on the west side, and I would have to head east to keep going further in. But I have no idea what anything is in there. And again, that comes down to like the whole Tarkov thing I was talking about before. It's not an issue when you already know, but it is when you're trying to learn the game. And with all the other shit on top of that, it can be a bit suffocating. Let's see. The events, these are new as well. This was something that I knew they were going to be adding because it's supposed to be, I think, I want to say it goes in the main campaign. It's basically going to be going to day 100 and like something cataclysmic is going to happen.
And you're getting ready for that?
Essentially. So like, I mean, we can take a look here, right? So the generalist returns to the village, and there's apparently possibilities on this. So the generalist is the guy I keep going to trade with, right? We saw at the school where the doctor was. So that's just another trader. Fighting jets. About a 25% map, 25% chance per map instance. After the O5 evacuation, border zone demilitarization, things started to take a wrong turn. Show of forces needed. The Finnish military will start performing non-lethal, high-visibility aerial flybys with fighter jets that appear in the sky frequently. So yeah, I guess just show of force, you might see jets. Day 4, I think the cat shows up, which is why there's cat food. Punisher arrives. Is a bandit boss and feared debt collect. Okay.
Rashala!
They got fucking Rishishi, bro. Have stolen a local police van. It is Rishishi. Airdrops. Okay. BTR patrols. And this one's specific to Vostok. So if you got to Vostok before day 7, you wouldn't have to worry about BTRs at all. But if you're there afterwards, that means motherfuckers with heavy MGs are gonna be there. Attack helicopters in the borders. Okay. So that's different, because before it, I don't think there was a day set for the attack helicopters to come. They would just be patrolling the border zone, which made it a bitch and a half to cross the minefield, because if you were caught out in the open, you got fucking turned to Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
And crash sites, where I'm assuming you can get loot. Gunsmith returns. Outpost gets compromised. Area 05 is no longer considered safe. The traders leave 05. Okay, so you have 10 days where they're gone, and then day 50 is transmission. Yeah.
Okay.
So the world's supposed to essentially dynamically change as you play.
Cool. So you're
worse.
You're like on a timer, but not like it's like a very long term.
Yeah, because like I mean, in the 3 hours, of course, probably we might have made it to like day 6 had I not died, or maybe day 5. I'm not gonna give myself that much credit. And I'm guessing you can take notes, use the cassette player to play stuff. The crafting's completely new. It's pretty obvious they want to have more stuff here. I mean, that looks like what, smithing? Yeah, workbench, test bench, electronic-based recipes. So yeah, I don't know if like you can unlock these recipes, or if this is just all that there is right now and there's gonna be more. Either way, I think one thing that would be nice, because all of these require fucking water in order to make, would being able to just make like not even a soup, just like heating up like a can of tomatoes or something to get like a bit of a warmth buff for like when you're going out in the winter. Or some way to make water via just boiling it for like a long time or something. And then kind of neutering the price of water as a result, because I know that if you do that, that's just going to be an easy way to like make fucking infinite money.
Okay, sorry, my headphones died for a second. I had to plug in, but I got the gist of it.
Yeah. So there's a lot that I can see shaping up here, and given more time, it's just gonna get more and more interesting. Because I remember when the demo released, people had like fucking kitted out like this area and everything with like walls of guns and stuff. And with the maps and everything, we saw a couple of them where if you had a key, you could unlock like an outpost at that location. So it definitely seems like there's a lot you can do. And if I just hop over to, because I have the tab real quick. Build 1 is going to have, it's called Road. Early access launch. So this is the one that is currently out. Gameplay loop, expanded maps, dynamic elements, multi-shelter support. Next one's going to be Nomads in Quarter 3, which will include a friendly faction, AI versus AI combat, AI variants, the driver trader, and then all of these have a new map and shelter. And there's Signal, which has a quest system, lore elements, civil defense shelters, Grandma as a trader, Gunslinger, which has weapon overhaul, bullet pen, modding kits, trader services. Got the dynamic seasons, because right now I think you're either locked into summer or winter. You don't really get a choice. Well, you get a choice, but once you've made your choice, it doesn't switch between the two. So then a train system, hunting and wildlife, which they do have a little bit of that now. Not the hunting aspect, but wildlife in the sense that you can go fishing. Abyss. I think Abyss is going to be the one that I'm most interested in, because that adds the sea system, patrol boats, and scuba gear. So
Jesus.
there'll be, yeah, there's going to be some interesting shit from that perspective. Because I think, I can't remember where I read it. I wanted to say one of the things they were planning on, I'll go ahead and just, yeah, the main menu. That way I'm not like eating my resources. I want to say that they were planning on having it to where there would be like caches in like certain parts of the ocean, from either like downed vehicles or some shit, or just like drops. So the scuba gear would be used to get that. Then there's the next one, which is Enigma, which has dialogue system, Signet tools, transmissions, the scientist, and then Silent Night is the final build that's going to come out with full quest line, world options.
Jesus.
Destruction system. What doth that mean?
Boom boom.
And the Finsoft faction. So I think the game's gonna have a lot going for it. As it is right now, it's a fun time. But your mileage is gonna vary depending on how long it's gonna hold your attention, you know? For $15,
Yeah,
I think it's fine. Give it a play, see what you think, and then if you ain't fucking with it, just come back in like a year.
Genuinely, I mean, for $15, that's I mean, hey, it's better than a Tarkov's 60
Yeah.
and more.
Yeah. Let me check here because I think they have it on the store page as well. Yeah, it's gonna be about anywhere from 2 to 4 years in development. So, given that it's one guy, yeah, that makes sense.
It sounds epic.
Yeah, but that's gonna do it for fucking tonight. Ugh.
Alright, I'm also probably gonna go to bed because I'm tired.
Sleepy time for Lanny.
Yeah.
Alright. Take care, everybody. We'll be back, I don't know, sometime later this week. Because, you know, I'm trying to do at least 2 streams. But bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.